I have a city in the desert. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 276 Important Decision. Speaking of opening a green channel, Jiang Chen shook his head. It was too late to open a green channel now. There is no need to open a green channel. The apricots in the apricot garden are already ripe. Even if a green channel is opened, the apricots will be spoiled by the bumps when they are transported to the mainland. I feel so sorry to see these apricots spoiling in the garden, so I want everyone to come and eat them for free. It is better to eat the apricots than to leave them rotting in the fields. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Governor Li was suddenly stunned. He also instantly remembered that the capitalists poured milk into the river to prevent the poor from eating it. Thinking that Jiang Chen could let the people eat it for free, he was suddenly very moved. He knew that if this happened, Jiang Chen's apricots might depreciate, but depreciation was better than waste. Jiang Chen decisively stood on the duty that a farmer should have. Good thing. Xiao Jiang, how do you want me to help you? Just let the tourists come in and eat. Originally, our Xinmei travel agency could transport 4,000 people to Mojiang every day, but Northern Airlines and several other airlines flying to Urumqi and Mojiang have reduced our charter flights. Even the high-speed rail operation group has reduced our cabins by half. Now that the sandstorm has just stopped, major transportation companies will not transport our apricots to the mainland, and several airlines will not bring tourists in. Our apricots can only rot in the fields. It's a pity to think that such good apricots will rot in the fields. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Li Sheng's hands began to tremble with anger. He clenched the phone and shouted, "How could such a thing happen? Are they bullying my Xinsheng? Xiao Jiang, don't worry, I will never let my Xinsheng's apricots be ruined in the fields." Li Sheng hung up the phone after he finished speaking. After the call was hung up, Li Sheng personally called the Xinsheng office of Northern Airlines. After the call was connected, Li Sheng directly questioned, "Why did you reduce the charter flights of Xinmei Travel Agency to Fangjin Airport?" Li Sheng called the general manager of their office. When the general manager heard that it was Li Sheng's call, he hurriedly checked the charter flight situation. It turned out to be correct. Yesterday, Northern Airlines had 3 charter flights from the mainland, but today it was reduced to 1. Li Sheng, don't worry, I'll ask about the situation. After the office manager finished speaking, he called the operation department. The operation department said that they had received a notice from the headquarters. The office manager called the headquarters again. The headquarters directly scolded him. There was no choice but to transfer the call to Li Sheng. Li Sheng got even angrier when he heard this. He asked the branch manager to continue calling the headquarters. He told them personally. After the call was connected, the headquarters roared again, "What's wrong with you? You execute the shifts we arranged. Do you want us to report everything to you?" Before the branch manager had time to speak, Li Sheng had already responded on the phone. "I'm Li Dequan from Xin Province. You are reducing the number of flights for our Xin Province enterprises and bullying our Xin Province enterprises, right? You can arrange the schedule and execute it. Okay. Since you don't want to fly to my Xin Province, then I will officially inform you now that you are not allowed to fly to all the airports in my Xin Province in the future." Li Sheng hung up the phone. After he finished speaking, the headquarters of Northern Airlines was dumbfounded. They knew what it meant to suspend flights across the province. You know, Xin Province is now a rising place in the country. Nowadays, there are countless wealthy people flying to Yi City, Xin Province to look at houses every day, and companies preparing to invest in Yi City are also lining up to get business licenses. Now asking them to withdraw from the Xin Province market, isn't this cutting off their own arms for their companies? Fuck, call me back quickly. The headquarters called the Xin Province office again, and the Xin Province office hurriedly dialed Li Sheng's number. On the phone, the chairman of Northern Airlines apologized like a grandson. "I'm sorry Li Sheng. My subordinate just did a bad job and I have fired him. I just checked. We reduced the number of charter flights of Xinmei Travel Agency because Jiang Wang bribed one of our managers who was in charge of scheduling flights. I have fired that manager. We will increase the number of flights now. Don't worry, Li Sheng. We will add 5 charter flights to Urumqi and 6 to Mojiang a day. I will apply 4 flights from the Air Traffic Control Bureau right away. Under normal circumstances, the boss of Northern Airlines would not come out to explain to Li Sheng in person. However, the whole country is affected by the wind and sand now, but Yishi, a bridgehead in the desert, has a green and blue sky. It has become a holy place in the eyes of those who fight against the desert storm. Naturally, he dare not offend the leaders of such a place. After calling Northern Airlines, Li Sheng called Huang Group again. Huang also added flights to Mojiang like Northern Airlines. Not only that, Li Sheng called the High-Speed Railway Operation Group again. Now that Shangjing has clearly expressed its support for the construction of Yi City, Li Sheng directly put the hat of hindering the development of Yi City on their heads. How could the High-Speed Railway Operation Group be willing to wear the black hat of undermining Shangjing's decision for a Ray of Sunshine travel agency? Therefore, the High-Speed Railway Operation Group had to add a few more temporary high-speed trains from Shangjing, Hucheng, and Yangcheng to Yi City. In the afternoon, when Jiang Chen was anxiously waiting for the results, Wan Kan called Jiang Chen excitedly. Brother Jiang, you are so awesome. It's done. It's all done. Today, several airlines such as Northern Airlines have arranged nearly 13 more flights for us. In addition, Shangjing heard that our Yi City's apricots were rotten because they could not be transported out, and they were very angry. They ordered the High-Speed Railway Group and the Railway Transportation Group to add more boxes for us. Our apricots are saved. Jiang Chen never lacked tourists. What he lacked was just that passage. Now that this passage is open, how can he not be happy? Just as Jiang Chen excitedly told Wan Kan to hurry up and arrange for the tourists, Guan Ku came running in from outside the door. Brother Jiang, Li Sheng is here with his people. They insist on buying tickets to help us process the apricots. Go and have a look. After Guan Ku finished speaking, Jiang Chen hurriedly hung up the phone and ran towards the ticket office of the Bermuda Oasis Scenic Area. There were 3 or 4 buses parked at the ticket office of the Bermuda Scenic Area, and a long line formed outside the buses. Jiang Chen recognized a very familiar face in the line. Li Sheng, the general manager, has said that you don't need to buy a ticket. No, since we are here to travel, and tourists must be treated equally. Li Sheng, this is all my fault. It's all my fault. I was so busy with the construction of Yunnan New District that I didn't notice that the apricots in the scenic area were unsellable. I will buy the tickets. No, we are all tourists. Buy your own. Remember this in the future. If we, the people of Xinjiang, don't help our own enterprises, how can we expect others to help? Starting today, those who are capable will come to help eat the apricots, and I will not force those who are not capable, and you cannot morally bind them to come. Everyone has their own difficulties, so do what you can. Come, buy me 3 tickets. Jiang Chen looked at Li Sheng's thin and frail body in the wind, and his eyes became moist. Brother Jiang, go and give them some advice. They put down their busy work to support us. Why don't we? No need. You know Li Sheng's character better than me. Guan Ku, remember, from today on, all my Sahara companies must pay me taxes in full. If anyone dares to evade taxes, don't blame me, Jiang Chen, for being rude. Jiang Chen knew that the only way to repay Li Sheng was to strive for excellence and work hard to become stronger. He could then drive the development of the new province, and this would be the best reward for Li Sheng. Jiang Chen wiped his eyes. The early summer wind was really dazzling. Let's go, get busy. Jiang Chen did not go to the ticket office. He turned and walked towards the Sahara shop. At this moment, it was time to announce his important decision. Chapter 277 Lavender Manor. In the meeting room of Sahara shop, almost all the executives of Sahara Group have arrived. At this moment, Jiang Chen knows that it is time to change. In the past 6 months, I have been tolerant of the ZHU family in Shangjing, but they not only don't appreciate it, but also always want to shit on my head. Today I declare that, since they insist on making things difficult for our Sahara scenic area, it is time to start the counterattack against the ZHU family. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, a group of executives clenched their fists. They had been patient enough. If the ZHU family in Shangjing hadn't come up with a daily flower, forcing them to bundle roses with tourist cards and apricot cards for sale, would they have lived so miserably? That's fine. They actually annexed their cooperative travel agency. It's fine if they annexed and didn't cooperate, but you cut off our transportation line. This is intolerable. Since you want to fight me, I will fight you today. Brother Jiang, how do you say we should fight? We've been patient for a long time. That's right, let them know that we Sahara people are not easy to mess with. It's time to let them know our strength. Several indignant executives clenched their fists and slammed them hard on the conference table. They had been patient to the core for the ZHU family in Shangjing, and it was time to explode. Now, I announce that, in order to better consolidate the power of Sahara, we will officially establish the Sahara Group. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, a group of executives were stunned. Sahara Group. What is Sahara Group? Sahara Group is to centralize the management of all Sahara enterprises. Sahara Building Materials Company, Sahara Scenic Area Group, Sahara Hospital, Mojiang Sanatorium, Sahara Renewable Energy Group, Sahara Tourism College, Sahara Petroleum Group, Sahara Transport, Sahara Shop, Shakwan Water Group, Mojiang New District Management and Construction Group, Sahara Education Group, and Sahara Hotel shares are all under the management of Sahara Group. In addition, Sahara Investment Department has been upgraded to Investment Group, and all of these are under the management of Sahara Group. Although the enterprises mentioned by Jiang Chen are independent of each other, they are usually managed by Sahara Shop, so Jiang Chen simply centralized them all, which is conducive to twisting small ropes into large ropes, and is also conducive to the internal allocation of funds and the coordination of construction. Support Jiang's decision. Support. Support. After the leaders of several groups made the final decision, Jiang Chen announced the appointment and dismissal of personnel. The first chairman of the Sahara Group will be Guan Ku, and the vice chairman will be the heads of each group. In addition, we have signed an agreement with Shangjing that Sahara Group's enterprises in non-managed areas are not allowed to merge, invest, or go public in China. Therefore, I decided to separate the investment group from Sahara Group and establish Mojiang Investment Group. The new group will be mainly responsible for investment in China, and the enterprises will be established in the bonded area. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Liao Yui, the head of Mojiang Investment Group, nodded. What about Xinmui Travel Agency and Yunjinyuan Flower Shop? After Wang Bo finished speaking, Jiang Chen looked at everyone and said, Xinmui Travel Agency and Yunjinyuan Flower Shop are both acquired Chinese companies. The Beijing Sahara Agreement does not stipulate that these companies cannot be listed, so I plan to let them list in China. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Guan Ku also said, I discussed with Brother Jiang that we are going to start a battle against the Beijing Dajiang Group and the ZHU Group. Our first battle will be the battle between Xinmui Travel Agency and Yiluyangguang Travel Agency. Now I declare that the goal of Sahara Group in the next 6 months is to support Xinmui Travel Agency. Let Xinmui Travel Agency go public in October, and let Xinmui Travel Agency completely defeat Yiluyangguang. After Guan Ku finished speaking, a group of executives applauded. After the battle deployment was completed, everyone got busy. They had to settle the more than 70 billion owed to Mojiang and Guaki before the end of the year. In addition, they also had to support Xinmui Travel Agency with 5 billion yuan, so that Xinmui Travel Agency could open 200 branches before the end of the year. After the battle started, Jiang Chen called Wang Can. Wang Can almost jumped up when he heard that Jiang Chen was going to support him to go public. You know, whether a company can become bigger and stronger depends on whether it can go public, but his Xinmui Travel Agency is still a little far from going public. 2 months ago, his Xinmui Travel Agency was still a travel agency on the verge of bankruptcy. There were no tourists, and it couldn't pay wages. Now it's different. His Xinmui Travel Agency can not only pay wages, but also has too many tourists to arrange. Isn't it infuriating? Of course, Wang can also clearly recognize his shortcomings. His Xinmui Travel Agency is now at a bottleneck. Whether they can continue to be popular depends on whether Jiang Chen's scenic spot can continue to attract tourists. Once Jiang Chen's scenic spot can't attract tourists, then their travel agency will also go bankrupt. So before going public, Wang Can discussed with Jiang Chen and decided to expand the domestic tourist routes while expanding the travel agency branches. They must do both and truly make Xinmui Travel Agency a benchmark enterprise in China. After talking to Wang Can, Jiang Chen knew that once he declared war on the ZHU group, he would have no way out, but he was not afraid. Ding dong. Just as Jiang Chen was about to return to the scenic spot to consider how to continue to expand the scenic spot, his phone rang. Text message? No one had sent him a text message for a long time. Jiang Chen hurriedly opened his phone. It turned out to be a system prompt from the farming app. System prompt. Congratulations to the player for completing the 30,000 tourists task. The player will receive a new seed. Please pay attention to it. Oh my god, there are new seeds again. Although Jiang Chen had no money, Jiang Chen still decided to take a look at what kind of seeds it was. Clicking on the seed column, the system issued plant seeds. This seed is like a piece of grassland, but it is purple. Seed introduction. Desert lavender seeds. The improved desert lavender can adapt to the harsh environment of water shortage in the desert. At the same time, the desert lavender has a fragrance of 10 miles, which is an excellent herb and tourist flower. Lavender? Oh my god, I was given lavender. It's great. You know, lavender is every girl's dream, especially when the endless lavender blooms. The purple world spreads all over the mountains and fields, plus some houses in European towns. This is simply a dream home. How much? I want to build a lavender home, Jiang Chen said, and clicked on the price introduction. Price introduction. Lavender seeds are sold by square meter, 50 yuan per square meter. Task reminder, build a lavender manor. 51 square meters. It's really cheap. No more talking. Ask Guanku for money, Jiang Chen said, and called Guan Cubic. After the call was connected, Guanku was busy with the establishment of Sahara Group. President Guan, do you have money? Support me with some money. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Guanku shook his head and said, no money. Jiang Chen, have you spent the 200 or 300 million I gave you last time? What about the money from the sale of apricots? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Guanku sighed when he mentioned the money from the sale of apricots. How much money is left after selling the apricots? The money earned is not enough to cover the transportation and labor costs. Most of the remaining money is paid out as wages. Not only that, Sahara Hospital has introduced a group of experts from the United States who have brought a batch of equipment and transferred several hundred million yuan. Moreover, Sahara Tourism College is now paying for experts to decorate dormitories and teachers. There is no money left from this batch of apricots. Chapter 278 euro per town seed. Guanku was right. Most of his apricots were still hanging on the trees. They definitely couldn't make a penny. The apricots that were picked off in the early stage were basically given away as gifts for oasis. The apricots sold by Sahara shop were paid as wages. Now the wages of all Sahara employees are 100 to 200 million a month. Not to mention, they invested nearly 800 million in Sahara Tourism College alone, and they had to pay for the food and accommodation of the students in the future. Guanku was worried. Guanku didn't tell Jiang Chen about all this because he thought that after the Sahara almond factory was built and he could process and market the almonds, he would be able to solve these problems. That's why he didn't complain to Jiang Chen. Is there really no money? I'm really out of money. Now only the building materials company can make some money, but the building materials company subsidizes so many group companies and their money is not enough. Besides, we originally hoped to make some money by selling tickets, but in the past 2 months, all the tourists have used the free cards bundled with Sahara roses. We are losing money every day when we receive them. After Guanku finished speaking, Jiang Chen knew that selling roses in bundles really hurt them. It's okay to be hurt, but what's more infuriating is that Jiang Chen actually spent all the money he earned on the wooden house town. Now the town can't make money for him, and he has owed a lot of debts. Jiang Chen doesn't know when he can pay off these debts, but if he doesn't change the money within 3 months, the interest of more than 2 billion yuan per month is really too much for him to bear. Forget it. Let me see how much money is left in my card. Jiang Chen hung up the phone while talking. Sure enough, his most difficult moment has come again. The balance on your card is 81 million. Jiang Chen looked at the balance and was really surprised that there was still so much left, and this money was enough for him to build a lavender manor. Okay, let's start choosing a location now. Jiang Chen opened the scenic area map while talking. Now his scenic area is mainly Bermuda scenic area. The southern part of Bermuda scenic area is basically full, so Jiang Chen plans to plant the lavender manor in the north of Bermuda scenic area. After making a plan, Jiang Chen drove towards the north outer ring road. When he arrived at the outer ring road, although it was daytime, there was not even a shadow of a person on the north outer ring road. This is it. Jiang Chen chose a piece of land close to the highway and planted it. The desert lavender cost 33,000 per acre. Jiang Chen planned to build a lavender manor of 1,000 acres, so Jiang Chen directly charged 33 million. After recharging the money, Jiang Chen clicked on the one button planting and saw a golden light flashing on the rolling sand dunes, and patches of green appeared on the sand. The tender green lavender grew quickly, and soon, more than 1,000 acres of sand dunes became a green paradise. Jiang Chen walked to the side of the lavender and took a look. The lavender had not bloomed yet, but Jiang Chen believed that once they bloomed, they would be absolutely beautiful. After planting the lavender, Jiang Chen spent more than 7 million to build 7 or 8 crisscrossing paths and planted street lights. After the path was built, Jiang Chen was preparing to green it, and suddenly there was a ding-dong sound, and his phone rang again. System prompt: players complete the construction of the lavender manor and get a new seed. New seeds again. Jiang Chen clicked on the seed column, and what made him happy was that this time there were building material seeds, and these building material seeds were all good seeds. Sure enough, Jiang Chen was not disappointed. Next to the wooden house villa seeds, there actually appeared something like a castle. Could it be a castle home? Jiang Chen was very curious, so he clicked on the seed introduction. Seed introduction: European style cottage seed. The European style cottage is made of mixture of bricks and wood. There are 2-story, 3-story villas and 7-story villas. The cottage is grown with this seed can last for 200 years without collapsing. Oh my god, 200 years without collapsing? Your quality is good. Just as the housing prices in Yi City are rising, why don't I build a villa to sell? You know, selling houses is the most profitable, especially for Jiang Chen, who doesn't need land costs and only needs to pay for the cost of building a house. It's just right to build a wave of houses first, and then sell them, and pay back the money to the system first. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen clicked on the price introduction. Price introduction: the cost of a 2-story villa is 400,000, the cost of a 3-story villa is 500,000, and the cost of a 7-story villa is 1.2 million. After seeing the price, Jiang Chen laughed. Haha, this villa cost 400,000. If he sells it, it will be directly 2 or 3 million per unit. This net profit is directly more than 2 million. Okay, then let's build a European town on the north outer ring road. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen marked out a piece of land in the north of the lavender manor, and then built a manor with more than 500 2-story villas there. After building the villa manor, Jiang Chen built more than 500 3-story villas in the lavender world. These will be used as holiday villas in the lavender manor, and can be rented out in the future. After planting 500 3-story villas, Jiang Chen calculated that these 1,000 villas cost him 45 million, plus his 1,000 acres of lavender. Just spent all the money in his pocket. Let's build here today. When we make money, we will build a residential area in the scenic area, and then we will make a lot of money. Jiang Chen put away his phone and went back to rest. Time passed quickly, and it was September in a blink of an eye. The apricots in the apricot blossom sea in the Sahara scenic area were eaten by tourists, and the remaining almonds piled up into a mountain. At the beginning of September, the Sahara almond factory, a subsidiary of Sahara shop, was completed after working overnight. After the completion of the almond factory, almonds were processed and soon put on the market. Before the start of school, Jiang Chen was extremely busy. First of all, the students of his Sahara Tourism College were finally confirmed after layers of screening. They will start school on September 3rd, and Jiang Chen will give a speech at that time. Not only that, on September 2nd, Li Yiran sent him a text message saying that she had gone to Sahara Hospital to visit her uncle and would come to Sahara scenic area to see Jiang Chen in the evening. When Jiang Chen heard that Li Yiren's uncle was sick and lived in his own Sahara hospital, he felt a little sorry. After all, he was Li Yiren's uncle. Even if their cooperation failed, he had helped him. He said that to him at the beginning, and he was so angry that he became sick. Now, Li Yiren came to ask for punishment. After receiving the text message, Jiang Chen put down the speech he was revising and drove to Sahara hospital. After all, Li Yiren was here. A man should be brave enough to take responsibility. He couldn't hide in the scenic area and not go out. After rushing to Sahara hospital, Jiang Chen asked for the ward number and went straight to the inpatient building of Sahara hospital. Sahara hospital is very large. It is a place comparable to the new province general hospital. Mojiang High-Tech Zone was built as a bridgehead for the new province. Jiang Chen, why are you here? You are so busy. What are you doing here? The moment he pushed open the white door, Jiang Chen saw the gentle Li Yiren. Li Yiren was a little surprised. She ran over and hugged Jiang Chen tightly, even though there were patients in the ward. Smelling the fragrance of Li Yiren and feeling her warmth, Jiang Chen was a little dazed for a while. He seemed to have returned to the time that his peers should have, but this time was also broken in an instant. Let go. Chapter 279. This is not the place for you to be unbridled. A mean man stood up in front of the window. Jiang Chen was very puzzled as to how such a grumpy old man could give birth to such a gentle daughter. No, what happened to uncle? Why didn't you tell us that you were hospitalized? Jiang Chen finished speaking. Although Rendong Sheng on the bed looked a little pale, his face was full of smiles. Looking at his smile, Jiang Chen's heart skipped a beat. Oh my god, you can still smile even in this state. Is it a last gasp? And, is it really that serious? I just said a few words to you. Do you have to go to the intensive care unit directly? It's okay. It's okay. Mr. Jiang is so busy and still came to see me. Thank you so much. Zioran, your aunt will buy breakfast soon, or you two go. No, you came just in time, so I don't have to look for you in the evening. This is your necklace. I don't agree with you and Yiren being together. After Lisa's finished speaking, he handed a box back to Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen was a little surprised. Is this Lisa's brain full of water again? Dad, don't say anything more. You two can meet today and talk about everything. From now on, you can go your separate ways and never see each other again. Lisa's walked to the window and looked out. Outside the window, a large field of unknown flowers was in full bloom. Li Yiren wanted to beg him, but was pushed away by Lisa's. Rendong Sheng lowered his head and said nothing when he saw Li Yiren kneeling down with Lisa's. He wiped his eyes and shouted with a sob, brother, what is it about Zhao Jiang that you don't like? Yiren likes him, but you have to let her marry Li Haozi. Will Yiren be happy with Li Haozi, that playboy? After Rendong Sheng finished shouting, Lisa stared at Rendong Sheng with sharp eyes and replied coldly, you are not happy with Li Haozi, but you will be happy with him? Do you know why people have always emphasized equal status? People who are not from the same class can never live together for a lifetime. That's your Ranzia's business. You shouldn't involve the child. After Rendong Sheng finished speaking, Lisa's waved his hand and said, I don't care. I won't let my daughter follow my path again. I still regret not listening to my father. If I had married Yanzi, the one replacing the ZHU family would be me. It's my Li family. After Lisa's finished speaking, Rendong Sheng shook his head helplessly. Brother, listen to my advice. The ZHU family is not good, especially ZHU Haozi. He plays with female stars every day. There are at least 50 female stars abandoned by him. Do you think he will still? So what? He is the eldest son of the ZHU family and the successor of the ZHU family. That's enough. After Lisa's finished speaking, Rendong Sheng also pointed at him and shouted, you are selfish. It was you who killed Ziaozi, and you are here to harm your daughter. You flatter the ZHU family, just to follow the ZHU family, to develop villas in Yi City. For your own sake, you are simply not worthy of being. Say it to me again. Perhaps it was because Lisa's sore spot was touched. Lisa's raised his hand instantly. His eyes were red, like a ferocious lion. Plop. Several pieces of iron were scattered on the ground in front of the door. What are you doing? Brother. Do you want to kill Dongsheng? A woman in her late 40s rushed in from outside the door. She was well maintained and dressed elegantly. I don't know why she was dressed so festively when her husband was in the hospital. Come and see your uncle and see what a mess you have made here. Li Yiren shouted and turned to run out the door. Li Sis wanted to chase her, but before he reached the door creaked open. A man came in from the door. He was less than 30 years old. He was wearing a Versace casual suit and a pair of sneakers that Jiang Chen couldn't name. They looked very expensive. The man walked in with a bunch of roses in his hand. He smelled the roses as he walked. However, the roses were not fragrant except for their beauty. Hey, isn't this Yiren? You know I'm here to see you, so you're so eager to hug me? The man brought Mo Jiang with him. He had a small beard and a slightly curly hairstyle that looked very trendy. If he wasn't pregnant, he would be a handsome guy who was barely acceptable. Rogue. Li Yiren wanted to slap him after he finished speaking. The 7 or 8 bodyguards behind the man hurriedly surrounded him. The slightly curly man waved his hand and the 7 or 8 people retreated. Beating is love. Scolding is love. If you don't beat me, I won't love you. Yiren, look, I specially ordered roses from France to see you. How about it? Do you like it? He actually treated Jiang Chen as nothing, which made Jiang Chen very. Nephew Haozi, you came at the right time. I was just about to tell you that I would bring Yiren to see you later. Li Sis came over from the window. He bent his waist and smiled, just like a dog. However, maybe this is a special way to welcome the rich and powerful, but Jiang Chen didn't know it. No need. I heard that the old uncle is sick, right? Who is the old uncle? After Zhu Haozi finished speaking, he looked towards the room. There were 3 patients in the room. The 2 near the door were women. There was only 1 man lying here. How could Zhu Haozi not see it? Jiang Chen wondered if he was blind. Your eyes are on top of your head. Your uncle is not here. Rendong Sheng said angrily, and his wife pushed him aside and said, how do you talk to your nephew? We are a family from now on. How can you talk like this? Nephew, thank you for coming to see Dongsheng. After saying this, Aunt Li Yiren came over with a smile to greet Zhu Haozi. She walked to Zhu Haozi and found that Zhu Haozi didn't bring the woolen gift, and her face turned blue and purple. Oh, well, this poor place can't even buy fruit. After Zhu Haozi finished speaking, the door creaked open, and an old man walked out of the door. He walked to the bedside with a bag of apples in his hand. The scene was very awkward for a while. It's okay. We are very grateful that the young master of the Zhu family can come to see us in his busy schedule. After Aunt Li Yiren finished speaking, Rendong Sheng snorted coldly and turned his back to Zhu Haozi. After all, his one ray of sunshine travel agency was won by the Zhu family with despicable means. Now he is asked to curry favor with the Zhu family unless he is dead. Yiren, what are you still standing there for? Hurry up and move a chair over. After Aunt Li Yiren finished speaking, Li Yiren had a bitter face and did not move. The desert is not as cool as the Mojiang scenic area. In addition, in order to save money, the hospital did not turn on the air conditioner, so it was a little hot in the room. Zhu Haozi loosened his collar and said, it's really hot. How come my Zhu family won a little from you and is so poor that we have to squeeze into a 3-person room? Rendong Sheng didn't look at Zhu Haozi well. Zhu Haozi was such a smart person, and he immediately made Rendong Sheng look bad. Young man, there are no single rooms here. There are so many people seeing the doctor now. It's good to have a place to live. Rendong Sheng didn't say anything, and the old man who was accompanying the bed in the middle bed spoke first. This week, he and Rendong Sheng got along very well, so he couldn't stand it. Haha, do you know why you can't live in a single room? That's because you don't have enough money. Fatty Wang, go to the front desk and ask for a single room, no matter how much it costs. After Zhu Haozi finished speaking, a younger brother beside him nodded and went out. After the younger brother left, Li Sis brought a stool to Zhu Haozi. After Li Sis wiped it clean with his sleeve, Zhu Haozi sat down. Chapter 280. I open the hospital. Oldly, I've already considered the matter of cooperating to develop villas in Yin and New District. These are all trivial matters. We are both enterprises in Beijing. If I don't help you, who will? ZHU Haozi said as his younger brother handed him a Cuban cigar. After ZHU Haozi took a few puffs, the whole room was filled with the smell of smoke. Cough, cough. Smelling the smoke, the two patients in the room kept coughing. The nurse outside the door heard the coughing and hurried in. As soon as the nurse came in, she couldn't help but frowned. This is a smoke-free hospital. Smoking is prohibited. You, a small nurse, are so nosy. Get out of the way. Even the Peking Union Medical College dares not stop our boss from smoking. A security guard went up and pushed the nurse aside. The nurse was angry. She directly pressed the red button on her body, and then the voice of the intercom came from her body. This is the security center. May I ask your location? Intensive care unit, room number 1506. The nurse said and waited there. Several bodyguards sneered. Call security? This is a shabby hospital. It's okay. It's okay. This small frontier hospital is just full of trouble. Mr. ZHU, how much of a share can we get? You know, for so many years, Ali family has been cooperating with your ZHU family, and there are dozens of people in Ali family waiting for me to support them. So you see. ZHU Haozi took a puff of his cigar and looked at Li Yiren who was standing by the wall. Li Yiren's cool summer clothes made her figure more charming. ZHU Haozi looked Li Yiren up and down, and he didn't even know that the ash fell on his body. Okay, I won't leave Yi City today. Let Yiren accompany me for a walk in the evening. Okay, Yiren, you've been clamoring to come to the desert every day, so today you can accompany Haozi for a good stroll. After Lisa's finished speaking, Li Yiren's eyes were filled with tears, and she shook her head helplessly. She knew the reason why ZHU Haozi asked her to stay, but now the whole Li family, her grandfather, grandmother, uncle, aunt are all watching her. She is their hope for eyes, and she is to be sacrificed. No, I won't stay. Jiang Chen, take me away. I don't want to stay in Shangjing. Can you take me away? Li Yiren looked at Jiang Chen with desperate eyes. Jiang Chen didn't say anything. The younger brother outside the door walked in. He wiped the sweat from his head and lowered his head and whispered, "Boss, no single room. Waste. If there is no single room, can't you just let them drive one away?" After ZHU Haozi said that, he twisted the younger brother's ear and threw him to the ground. The younger brother's sunglasses were broken when he fell to the ground. "Boss, I said it, but they, what kind of hospital is this? They don't even give Mr. ZHU face? I'll go find their dean." Lisa's also felt embarrassed. He stood up and wanted to go out, but suddenly a dozen fully armed soldiers rushed in. After they came in, the nurse pointed at ZHU Haozi. ZHU Haozi felt cold in his heart when he realized that something was wrong. His 7 or 8 bodyguards had been pressed to the ground by the soldiers. ZHU Haozi just stood up and wanted to speak, and a soldier hit him with a gun, and knocked him unconscious. "What are you doing? Do you know who this is?" Several soldiers dragged ZHU Haozi away like a dead dog. Lisa's just wanted to stop them, but a 54 submachine gun was pressed against his forehead. Lisa's hurriedly raised his hands. After the soldiers dragged ZHU Haozi away, the nurse came in and looked at the ashes on the ground and said, "We said it was a smoke-free hospital, but people still smoke. Why do people from bigger places know less about the rules?" After the nurse said that, she picked up a piece of cloth, wiped the ashes on the ground and walked out. "You deserve it." The room fell silent for a moment. Rendong Sheng turned around and cursed. Lisa's was already scratching his palm anxiously. If ZHU Haozi had any accident because of him, he would have no way to defend himself. Still saying, "It's all because of you." If people hadn't come to see you, would you have been arrested? This is a shabby hospital. Where did the soldiers come from? Lisa's wanted to call to find a connection, but this was Mo Jiang. How could he know anyone here? "You come to see me without even bringing an apple. Don't talk so nicely. Okay, I've seen through your family. When my travel agency was doing well, you tried to please me in every way. Now that my travel agency is gone, look at you. Which one of you is in a better mood?" After Rendong Sheng finished speaking, the lady reached out and hit him on the head. "Say it again." Did you lose the travel agency? Are you blaming us now? So what if I lost it? I'm telling you, sooner or later I will make those who cheated me pay the price. The quarrel in the wood broke out again. Jiang Chen, who had not spoken for a long time, looked at Rendong Sheng and said, "Stop quarreling. Take care of yourself. If you want to take back what you lost, take care of yourself as soon as possible. Come to me when you get better and I'll give you a chance. Also, there are a lot of people here. I'll ask them to give you a single room later. Take care of yourself." Jiang Chen didn't want to get involved in other people's family affairs, but he knew that he and Rendong Sheng had a common enemy. Moreover, Jiang Chen's Xinmei travel agency was about to go public. Although Wang Can was very talented, he was still young. Therefore, he wanted Rendong Sheng, a veteran in the travel industry with experience in going public, to assist him in completing the listing task of Xinmei travel agency. I don't know why Zioran likes you. You dare not even say a word when Master ZHU comes, and you dare to ask us, old Ren, to stay in a single room. After the lady finished speaking, Li Sis also said angrily, "Get out of here. You are not welcome here." Jiang Chen did not explain too much. He did not need to explain to irrelevant people. Go and arrange a single room for them, the kind that's by the window. Also, have their attending physician come over. Jiang Chen said to the nurse at the door, and the nurse nodded and said, "Okay, by the way, the director just had a heart bypass surgery. Do you want to call the director?" "No, let him rest for a while." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the nurse walked into the ward, looked at Rendong Sheng and said, "Okay, pack up and follow me. I'll change you to a single room facing the Sunday." After the nurse finished speaking, Li Sis and the lady were stunned. "No, isn't there no single room?" After leaping, Li Yiren's aunt finished speaking, the nurse rolled her eyes at her and said, "If President Jiang says there is one, then there is one. Are you going or not?" The nurse was annoyed by this group of snobs. "Let's go, little sister. Do you know where the person just arrested was taken?" "Security department. By the way, let's have someone pay the fine and take the person away." After the nurse finished speaking, Leaping rolled her eyes at Li Sis and said, "Why are you still standing there? Hurry up and pay the fine and take the person away." Let me tell you, whether our Li family can turn things around this time depends entirely on the ZHU family. You have put all your investments in Yunnan New District. If you offend the ZHU family, what will you do? After Leaping finished speaking, Li Sis hurriedly nodded and ran towards the security department. After Li Sis left, Rendong Sheng struggled to get up while looking at Jiang Chen and said, "Zio Jiang, do you know anyone in the hospital? This hospital is opened by me." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Rendong Sheng sat down on the bed again with a plop. If they were to say that such a large hospital was opened by a farmer, they would never believe it, even if they were beaten to death. "You opened it? Are you kidding me? Your family has been poor farmers for 3 generations. How can you have the money to open a hospital? Zioran, you have to stay away from him. Your father was disobedient and insisted on marrying your mother. Your mother was a farmer and died not long after she was married. Your father has been a widow for so many years." Chapter 281, a fine of 100,000. Leaping is a snob. She is a typical member of the Li family. Li Yiren's face turned ugly when she saw Leaping talking about her mother like this. "What's wrong with farming? You married well, but you are still poor now? Don't you still rely on the Li family's money to support your family every day? You have become capable, haven't you?" After Li Yiren finished speaking, Leaping stretched out her hand and wanted to teach Li Yiren a lesson. As soon as she raised her hand, Jiang Chen met her gaze and said angrily, "Try to fight?" In Changjing, Jiang Chen could not do anything to them, but this is Mojiang. After Jiang Chen finished speaking with hostility, Leaping's raised hand stopped in the air. "What are you doing, Zio Jiang? Ignore her. Today I finally understand that without money, people are nothing. Zio Jiang, if you don't mind, I will go to work at your travel agency. Although I have lost a ray of sunshine, at least my network of contacts is still there. Okay, take care of yourself. Xinmei Travel Agency welcomes you at any time." Jiang Chen said, looking at Li Yiren and said, let's go. I promised you that I would build the best house for you in the scenic area to repay the money you lent me at that time. Now it's time to repay you. You built a house in the desert? Well, let me take you to see it. Okay. After Li Yiren finished speaking, he stretched out his hand and held Jiang Chen's hand. Rendong Sheng waved at them and said, go quickly, don't worry about me, your father is fine, leave it to me. You girl, if you dare to go back, I will tell your father. Li Ping wanted to scold Li Yiren, but she didn't know that Li Yiren had grown up and she was no longer the child who could be manipulated by their Li family. Let's go. After Li Yiren finished speaking, she walked out of the door without looking back. Coming out of the intensive care unit, there were a lot of people in the hospital, people everywhere, and the corridors were full of people. Jiang Chen knew that most of these patients had bought medical cards bound to roses, so although the hospital was busy, it couldn't make much money after all. But it didn't matter. After this wave of advertisements, Sahara Hospital would be officially opened. Yi ran. What happened to Uncle Ren? He was angry. After the travel agency lost, my aunt took him back to her parents' house for dinner. At the dinner table, my second uncle drank too much and said that my uncle was not doing the right thing. He only knew how to gamble and lost all the family property and also lost the face of our Li family's son-in-law. When my grandfather heard that my uncle had lost the travel agency, he was so angry that he smashed my uncle's head with a bowl on the spot, and then my uncle was so angry that he had a cerebral hemorrhage. After Li Yiren finished speaking, Jiang Chen sighed. It seems that being a son-in-law of a wealthy family is not that easy. Why did you come to Sahara? We originally wanted to ask the dean of ZIE University to perform the surgery, but he came to Sahara scenic area for fun, so we could only fly here and ask him to perform the surgery at Sahara Hospital. Fortunately, the surgery went smoothly, and the dean said that he would be discharged from the hospital this weekend. That's good. Jiang Chen breathed a sigh of relief. Rendong Sheng must not die. Whether Xinmui Travel Agency can successfully go public depends on him. Walking to the hospital gate was very busy. Jiang Chen saw a familiar figure. The man was wearing Versailles casual clothes, but at this moment, his clothes were messy and his hair was messy. He was thrown out of the side door of the hospital. What the hell? You guys wait for me. If you come to Beijing again, I will kill you with just one word. Do you believe it? Click. The sound of the bolt of a gun sounded, and a voice begging for mercy came from the side door. No, we have paid the fine. Give me face. Give me face. Get out. A voice sounded from inside the door, and ZHU Haosi and a group of bodyguards got into the Bentley parked at the door in shame. After Li Yiren got into Jiang Chen's Mercedes-Benz, Jiang Chen drove her straight to the Bermuda scenic spot. The morning sun was very good. You can't see such good sunshine in Shangjing for a year. Li Yiren just leaned against the car window and looked at the scenery outside the window. Jiang Chen, you know ZHU Haosi can't take me away, right? Well, when Sahara Hospital was first established, I signed an agreement with the new province. In order to solve various unreasonable behaviors such as medical disputes, I will station troops in Sahara Hospital, and the garrison in the hospital will not give face to anyone. So, he smoked in the hospital, and he was only greeted by being ruthlessly taken away. Will he be beaten? I don't know. These soldiers are prone to itching. I think they will definitely not let him off easily. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Li Yiren smiled, and she knew that Jiang Chen would definitely not ignore her. This is indeed the case. Jiang Chen wanted to teach ZHU Haosi a lesson, but he knew that he couldn't do it easily. What's more, this man is still a member of the ZHU family. If he sues to Shangjing at that time, he will not end well. But Jiang Chen would not let him go. He dared to smoke in a smoke-free hospital, which itself violated the relevant regulations of Sahara Hospital. According to the Sahara Hospital anti-smoking agreement, those who keep dissuading others from smoking will be forcibly taken away and fined 100,000 yuan. It's what he deserves. ZHU Haosi has bullied countless people because of his rich and powerful family, and no one has ever dared to touch him. This time, let him know that there are people who are better than you, and there are better than you. The car drove past the outer ring road and headed straight for the wooden house town. It was already afternoon when it arrived at the wooden house town. The sky in the wooden house town was very blue in the afternoon, and white clouds floated in the sky like big pieces of cotton candy. Jiang Chen parked the car on the Cherry Blossom Avenue and Cherry Blossom Bay. On both sides of the road, huge cherry trees stretched out their branches, and the branches were full of snow-white cherry blossoms. Wow, it's so beautiful. Li Yiren walked on the extremely clean Cherry Blossom Avenue. She took off her shoes and stepped on the cherry blossoms that fell to the ground with her white feet. She was so excited that her dimples were exposed. This is the super rich town I built. This place is called Sakura Bay. Do you like it? As the wind blew, cherry blossoms fell with the wind. The beautiful petals fell on Li Yiren's shoulders like snowflakes. Li Yiren kept nodding. If you can have a house here, it would be a blessing in the world. I like it. It's so beautiful here. You will never see such beautiful cherry blossoms in China. I like it. Jiang Chen said as he pulled Li Yiren to the small wooden bridge on the side of the road. Walking on the small wooden bridge full of cherry blossoms, and looking at the small river full of cherry blossoms, everything was beautiful like a painting. Do you like this house? To the northeast of the bridge is a wooden villa hidden in the cherry blossoms. Pushing open the lattice fence door, a stream gurgled through the yard. There are wooden tables and chairs beside the stream, and there is a tall cherry tree beside the wooden chair. The leaves of the cherry tree are wrapped with wisps of cherry blossoms, and scattered all over the table. Li Yiren raised her head and looked into the distance. A small wooden house had a half-closed door. There was a pure wooden floor inside the house, and a few naughty cherry blossoms fell on the quiet floor. From today on, this cherry blossom villa is yours. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Li Yiren covered her mouth with the high heels in her hand. She never dreamed that she would own such a house in such a beautiful place. The wooden building, wooden house, fence wall and a glass corridor in the house are probably worth more than ordinary people can afford, even if they work hard all their lives. Chapter 282, The Student with a Stunning Appearance. No one would refuse such a villa. It covers an area of thousands of square meters, and its construction cost is nearly 10 million yuan. In addition to the surrounding facilities, not counting the land cost, it is already nearly 20 million yuan. If you add this expensive piece of Sakura Bay land, this house will definitely exceed 30 million yuan. Therefore, no one knows its market value, but Li Yiren knows that this house is in Shangjing, and it is unknown how many billions it costs. No, I can't have it. Only you can deserve it, Yiren. If it weren't for your 30,000 yuan, maybe there would be nothing here, so you deserve it. Jiang Chen is right. If it weren't for Li Yiren's help, Jiang Chen would definitely not be as glorious as he is today. A piece of cherry blossom fell on Li Yiren's black hair. Li Yiren's eyes are very charming. Her big eyes are like a clear spring, so that no one can escape its depth. Thank you, Jiang Chen. Li Yiren snuggled tightly in Jiang Chen's arms. At this moment, Li Yiren always felt like she was dreaming. She was just a duckweed in this world, floating on the endless sea. She had no say in her life, and the waves that could rise at any time could annihilate her at any time. And Jiang Chen was like the adventure king in the sea. He carefully held her up and protected her from the wind and rain. They might encounter angry waves in the sea, but the brave man would slide his oars. The storm could not suppress his fighting spirit, and he would eventually return to his shore. In the afternoon, Jiang Chen decided to personally be a tour guide to take Li Yiren to visit his new scenic spot. A Mercedes-Benz G-Class galloped on the Cherry Blossom Avenue. At the end of the Cherry Blossom Avenue was the 7-star lake. 7 lakes scattered in the green land were shining with clear waves. From the 7-star lake scenic area to the Cherry Blossom Lake, the Cherry Blossom Lake, which reflected the white cherry blossoms and proud cacti, was extremely quiet. From the Sakura Lake to the Western Avenue, the western villas on the north side of the avenue are unique, and the blooming zinnias in the south are endless. Li Yiren is taking pictures and running in the world of zinnias. She is so beautiful that she can compete with the bright zinnias. Leaving the sea of zinnias, the Qin Palace is in front. The Qin Palace, which was restored in its original state with more than 700 billion yuan, even every pillar is full of traces of time. Every turn and every wall here comes from the Qin dynasty, and the palace of that building, every brick and every tile is the swan song of the Qin dynasty craftsmen. Wow. This Qin palace is so spectacular. It is not at all the same as the newly built antique buildings, isn't it? If it is a newly built antique building, this palace can be done with at most 10 billion yuan. This is 700 billion yuan. It seems that the system has moved the palace directly from the Qin dynasty using future technology. Well, yuan, this Qin palace cost 700 billion. 700 billion? That's so much. Even the market value of the entire ZHU family is only 1 trillion. So, in the future, in the Li family, stand up straight, and behind you is the entire Qin palace. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Li Yiren smiled. Her smile was dignified and generous, charming and intoxicating. As evening approached, on the roof of the Qin palace, Li Yiren leaned against Jiang Chen. She looked at the sunset in the west, and told a story she had never told anyone else. People say that it is good to be born in a rich family and to marry into a rich family, but my mother and I are exceptions. Jiang Chen did not speak. He just listened to Li Yiren's story quietly. Sometimes listening is better than anything else. My mother was beautiful when she was young, but she came from a farming family. She met my father when she was a waitress in a hotel. My father married my mother despite the opposition of the family. But since my mother came into the family, from my grandfather to my aunts, no one has ever been kind to my mother. As Li Yiren spoke, she remembered the letter her mother left for her. The yellowed letters were full of tears. It was indeed true. After Li Yiren's mother married into the Li family, because she came from a humble background, everyone in the Li family bullied her. Even her sister-in-law Li Ping would beat her up at any time. Later, after Li Yiren was born, her mother's life became even more difficult. In a large family, giving birth to a boy still has a chance to turn things around, but giving birth to a girl is all over. So, at the moment of giving birth to the child, no one from the Li family, young or old, came to see her. That's fine. When Li Yiren's mother carried her out of the hospital, the Li family didn't even let them in, saying that she came from the countryside and couldn't give birth to a son, so what was the use of having her? So, on the day of discharge from the hospital, Li Yiren's mother wrote a letter to her infant daughter. Late at night, she put Li Yiren in front of the Li family's door and hanged herself on the door frame. Later, Li Yiren's father took Li Yiren into the Li family, so when she grew up, Li Yiren always hated and feared the Li family. In the evening, the wind blew. The desert night was a little cold. Jiang Chen got up and put clothes on Li Yiren. They just snuggled up to each other and watched the sunset dissipate, the night fall, and the stars scattered in the sky. The Sahara desert does not have the prosperity of Shenjing. There is only a piece of tranquility and peace here. Li Yiren snuggled up to Jiang Chen, and she even forgot everything bad about this world. In the early morning, Jiang Chen sent Li Yiren back to Sahara hospital. Jiang Chen could have left Li Yiren in Sahara, but he wanted Li Yiren to complete her studies. Of course, the more important thing was that Li Yiren had a knot in her heart. She hated the Li family. Jiang Chen did not want her to stay with hatred. Jiang Chen wanted her to be a member of the Li family. After Li Yiren returned to Sahara hospital, Jiang Chen drove back to the scenic spot. He still had important things to do today. After all, his Sahara Tourism College had started. When he arrived at Sahara Tourism College, a huge rostrum had been built next to the college's new lake. On the rostrum, Guanku, chairman of Sahara Group, as well as the president of Sahara Scenic Area Group and the dean of the tourism college were all sitting on the rostrum. Below the rostrum, more than 300 students sat in a square formation in uniform school uniforms. There were also hundreds of media outlets setting up cameras next to the student square formation. When Guanku saw Jiang Chen coming, he hurriedly called Jiang Chen to the stage to speak. When Jiang Chen went on stage to speak, he actually found that this group of media outlets actually focused their cameras on the students. Under the camera, the group of students was indeed full of vigor and vitality. Of course, they were not shooting their vigor, but their looks. Every student present was young and beautiful, with excellent looks. Good morning, teachers, students, and media friends. In September, at the turn of spring and summer, our Sahara Tourism College welcomes the first batch of students. Here I want to say to every student who chooses Sahara College, your choice today will be the glory of your life. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the excited students applauded. Yes, in order to be admitted to Sahara Tourism College, they went through many trials and tribulations. In the end, they stood out from tens of thousands of candidates, which really proved that each of them was extraordinary. Chapter 283, Yi City Real Estate Speculation Group. The welcome party ended at noon. The talented students also performed songs and dances for everyone. The high level of their singing and dancing performances really surprised Jiang Chen. After leaving Sahara Tourism College, Jiang Chen went straight to Mojiang County. He knew that, now that he had offended Zhu Haozi, his battle with the eldest son of the Zhu family would begin. The eldest son of the Zhu family was not like Zhu Chang. Zhu Chang was an illegitimate child, so he could not mobilize as much money as Zhu Haozi, and he even bullied his own territory. It was time to teach him a lesson. When he arrived in Mojiang, Guanku heard that Jiang Chen wanted to inquire about the Yunnan New District, so he specially called Liao Yui from Mojiang Investment Group, the headquarters office of Sahara Group. The current bonded area building of Sahara Group is still under construction, so the current headquarters is still above Sahara Shop. Brother Jiang, why are you suddenly concerned about the Yunnan New District? In the office, Guanku poured a cup of coffee for Jiang Chen. It was this bitter coffee that accompanied Guanku and them through one busy night after another. I heard yesterday that the Zhu family was planning to invest in a villa area in Yi City, so I came here today to ask about it. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Liao Yui, the person in charge of Mojiang Investment, nodded and said, yes, real estate is the biggest part of the Zhu group. Their Zhu real estate mainly invests in high-end villas. Tomorrow morning, Yunnan New District will release several residential land in Qianlao Mountain. I heard that this time the Zhu family even sent the future heir Zhu Haozi. After Liao Yui finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded and asked, how are the housing prices in Yi City now? Jiang Chen was very concerned about this, because the housing prices in Yi City would directly affect the interests of his scenic area, especially since Jiang Chen had bought so many unfinished buildings and plots of land in Mojiang. In the future, these would all be Jiang Chen's capital. Speaking of the housing prices in Yi City, Liao Yui smiled and said, the housing prices in Yi City have been rising all the way. For example, in January, the wind and sand were strong, and Shangjing was preparing to move Yi City as a whole, so the housing prices fell to the bottom. At that time, a house cost less than 10,000 yuan, and they would even sell it to you if you offered 200 or 300 yuan. That's right, no one bought it. Think about it, who would want to buy a building that is about to be covered by the desert? For this matter, the local Guan custodian has a deep understanding. What about now? It's different now. In May, the housing prices were still low, but when Yi City was determined to be retained as a whole, the housing prices in Yi City stabilized. After stabilization, it was about 2,000 to 3,000 yuan per square meter. This housing price is neither high nor low for a frontier city. However, when the sandstorm came, the entire northwest was almost swallowed up by the sandstorm, and only Yi City was blue sky and white clouds. So the housing prices in Yi City began to rise, but it was a steady rise. It was not until half a month after the sandstorm blew that Yi City was still not affected by the sandstorm, and then the housing prices in Yi City began to soar. Liao Yui was right. In July, the sandstorm covered the entire northwest, so soon people in Wu City began to invest in houses in Yi City. Especially when the state designated Yi City as a national level reform, development, and innovation base, the housing prices in Yi City began to rise to 5,000 per square meter. This situation did not last long. The Wencheng Real Estate Speculation Group, which saw business opportunities, began to enter the market. After entering the market, the Wencheng Real Estate Speculation Group directly bought, and bought. They bought one by one, and then stored them in their hands, which directly caused the housing prices in Yi City to exceed 11,000 per square meter. Houses of 11,000 per square meter are only available in Wu City and Kala City and the entire new province. Yi City is also the third city to enter the 10,000 yuan club. Just half a month ago, the houses in Yunnan New District were bought by the Wencheng real estate speculation group for 10,000 yuan. Then several large domestic real estate companies moved into Yunnan New District. Now the house prices in Yunnan New District have exceeded 12,000 yuan per square meter. The houses of famous companies such as Bidi Group, Big Yuan Real Estate, Hengda Real Estate, etc. have exceeded 15,000 yuan per square meter. Therefore, ZHU's real estate, which mainly sells villas, has also entered the market. After Liuyui's introduction, Jiang Chen was a little puzzled. Others did not know Yi City, but he knew it very well. Yi City is a small border town. There are basically no factories here, not many tourist resources, and the tertiary industry is relatively backward. Can the house be sold at such a high price? Are the houses selling well? Very well. Everyone buys when the price is rising, and not when it is falling. Now as long as you put your property on sale, you don't need to advertise, and there will be a line of people lining up for more than 10 miles outside the sales office in the middle of the night. So popular? After Liuyui finished speaking, Guanku nodded and said, "Yes, I heard about it too. The prices of houses in Yunnan New District are too high now. Now you have to pay in full to buy a house. In some places without internet access, the real estate speculation groups in Wencheng use trucks to bring sacks of money to buy houses." After Guanku finished speaking, Jiang Chen wiped the sweat off his head. This was too exaggerated. Where is the Kayan Laotian plot? How is the location? Jiang Chen didn't care about these properties. He only cared about ZHU Haozi. Speaking of Kayan Lao Mountain, Liuyui took out a map and said, "Brother Jiang, look, Kayan Lao Mountain is here." Kayan Lao Mountain is in a very good location, right at the junction of Yunnan New District, the airport, and the high-speed rail station. This place is most suitable for developing villas. Our investment group is also preparing to acquire a piece of land here. After Liuyui finished speaking, Jiang Chen looked at Kayan Lao Mountain. This place is indeed good, with a good transportation location, and it is at the foot of the mountain, and it is also close to Yamo Avenue, which is really suitable for building villas. Is the entire Kayan Lao Mountain going to be auctioned? If the entire area around Kayan Lao Mountain is auctioned, more than 100,000 villas can be built. No, Kayan Lao Mountain has been planned as a natural scenic area by the municipal government, so only the land in the northwest corner can be used to build villas. What about this side of the mountain? This is the territory of Mojiang. These plots of land are for the Mojiang New District. By the way, villas were also planned here, but they were left unfinished because of the desert. Liuyui pointed to the place where the villas overlapped with Kayan Lao Mountain. Jiang Chen's eyes lit up. Since it was in the Mojiang New District, wasn't it his territory? Suddenly, he had a good idea in his mind. "I will attend the bidding meeting with you tomorrow." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Liuyui was a little surprised. Jiang Chen never cared about the company's affairs. But the boss had spoken, and Liuyui nodded, and went to get the tickets. The next morning, Jiang Chen got up very early, and Liuyui drove an Audi to pick him up. After the car arrived at Yunnan New District had changed a lot. Roads were being built everywhere in the place that was originally a farmland. Before the roads were built, cement trucks had already driven to the construction sites. Brother Jiang, that residential community was built by our investment group. Our group entered the market early, and now we are building 7 residential communities. In addition, we still have 9 plots of land that have not been built. One of them is right next to Kayan Lao Mountain, and we plan to build a high-end residential community there. A high-end residential community is easy to sell. They are very easy to sell. Now the whole of China is affected by wind and sand, and it is invaded by wind and sand for half a year. So many wealthy people choose to buy luxury homes in Yunnan New District. The villas are sold out, and they can only buy our high-end residential communities. After all, Yi City is the only place without wind and sand. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 284 Yunnan New District Land Bidding Meeting. Jiang Chen felt relieved when he heard that the high-end residential area was easy to sell. Sure enough, there are still many rich people in China. The car arrived at the Yunnan District Hotel, where the bidding meeting was held. After Jiang Chen entered with the ticket, Liao Yui smiled and said, "Brother Jiang, the competition today is very fierce. We can't be stingy with the money later. Now no matter how much money we pay for the land, we will make money. As long as we develop it into a real estate project, even if it costs 1 million, we can sell it. Especially the villas in Kayan Laotian, we must get it." Liao Yui was right. Nowadays, the land in Yi City is limited, and people from all over the country are crowding here. Especially for villa land, the government does not approve it at all. This land is approved to protect the environment of Kayan Laotian and increase income. Even so, this piece of land is not large, and at most 500 villas can be built. You must know that China is already a world power in 2023, and there are no less than 10,000 people in Shanghai city with hundreds of millions of assets, so this villa is not worried about selling. Okay. After the two of them walked into the venue, Jiang Chen was surprised to find that his seat was actually lined up with Zhu Haozi, and the battle became even more intense. "Brother Jiang, we are in the middle of the first row." Mema called and arranged the seats personally when he heard that you were here in person. "The first row is full of China's top real estate companies. Look over there, Rangcheng Real Estate. They develop the most powerful Pudong Bay villas in Shanghai. A Pudong Bay villa costs at least hundreds of millions of yuan." Jiang Chen nodded. Liao Yui pointed to the seat of ZHU's real estate and said, "This is the ZHU family in Shangjing. They mainly develop villas in Shangjing. This is their first time to leave Shangjing. They are the strongest. Their villas in Shangjing start at least 80 million. While Liao Yui was talking, Zhu Haozi and a few others came to the seat. He was about to sit down when a man in his 40s hurried over to help him wipe the chair. "Mr. Zhu, let me help you wipe it. Yesterday was an accident. I have already found someone to deal with those people. They also fined me 100,000 yuan. Today they came to apologize with 200,000 yuan, and I forgave them." The middle-aged man just finished speaking, and the moment he looked up, he was stunned. "You? Who asked you to come?" The man was none other than Lisa's. Jiang Chen's guess was right. He really abandoned Zhu Chang and climbed up to someone more powerful in the Zhu family. "Jiang Chen, you are here too? That's great. I wanted to go back today, but they refunded my ticket." A person walked out from behind Lisa's. She was wearing a black dress, which was elegant and beautiful. "Jiang Chen, why do you look so familiar?" Zhu Haozi wore an anima suit and looked very energetic. "Boss, this is the guy who didn't dare to fart in the ward yesterday. He took Miss Lee away while we were gone." "Oh, you are that coward. You want to see Yiren, right? I'm here. You have nothing to do here. You can leave." "I didn't expect that such a coward could beat Zhu Chang, that loser." Zhu Haozi said, and strode to his seat and sat down. "Say it to me again." Jiang Chen didn't say anything, but Liao Yui couldn't stand it. "No matter how powerful your Zhu family is, it's only in Shangjing. In Mojiang, you have to lie down before me, even if you are a dragon. You don't even ask how powerful the Sahara group is. For example, the 5-star hotel under their feet is jointly invested by their Mojiang investment group and She Wenfu's Junlin Hotel group." He said that it would only take a word to drive him out. Little minion. Zhu Haozi was unwilling to pay attention to an unknown person like Liao Yui. "Forget it, we are here to bid. If you have the guts, let's meet at the bidding site," Jiang Chen said, and pulled Liao Yui to sit down. He was very timid, and yes, he should be timid. "Over there." Lisa's asked Li Yiren to sit next to Zhu Haozi. Li Yiren looked at Jiang Chen, and Jiang Chen nodded at her. Li Yiren sat down. After several people sat down, Zhu Haozi crossed his legs. For him, he had a sure win in this bidding. After all, he had the ZHU group and Guaki Bank behind him. Guaki Bank was willing to give him enough loans for his land. "Yiren, didn't you always say that Jiang something was very powerful? Today I'll show you how he is worse than a dog in front of my ZHU family." "You be quiet." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the bidding meeting on the stage began soon. After the bidding meeting began, real estate giants such as Big Yuan and Hengda also entered the venue. After the big guys entered the venue, the bidding meeting began. The host first invited Mayor Ma to speak on stage, and then the leader of the Land Resources Bureau also spoke. After the leader finished speaking, the bidding meeting officially began. Let's take out our first piece of land. Number 1 is located in the south of Yan'an district. This piece of land was originally of Sha village in Hangzhou town. The area is 42,273 square meters. The starting price is 400 million, and the price will increase by 1 million each time. Now start bidding. After the host finished speaking, Hengda took the lead in bidding. The general manager of Hengda stretched out his hand and shouted, 410 million. Just after Hengda finished shouting, Big Yuan also stretched out his hand and shouted, 450 million. A group of people followed suit. Jiang Chen was about to stretch out his hand, but Liao Yui shook his head and said, Brother Jiang, this place is very remote. It's all in the south. There is a desert over there. It's hard to do greening, so it's hard to sell it. 500 million. Jiang Chen didn't raise his hand. Zhu Haozi next to him raised his hand first. After Zhu Haozi finished speaking, he deliberately glanced at Jiang Chen. 600 million. Jiang Chen followed without saying anything. Brother Jiang, let's. I know. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Lisa's laughed over there. Haha, don't you just want to challenge the Zhu family? Will the Zhu family lose to you? After Lisa's finished speaking, a group of real estate tycoons on the field saw Jiang Chen directly shouting 600 million, and they all stopped. Just a few days ago, Fichengshu district also auctioned such a large piece of land, but it was also sold for 560 million. You bid for 600 million in such a remote place, plus the construction cost. It's not easy for you to make money. 620 million. Zhu Haozi also frowned. After all, his big money is in the villa area. He just bought a small piece of land like this. After all, the houses in Yan'an district are too hot now. As long as you bid for the land, the bank will ask you for a loan. As long as you build it, there will be people queuing up, no matter how expensive it is. 700 million. Jiang Chen said, and gave Zhu Haozi a cold look. This provocative look instantly aroused Zhu Haozi's desire to fight. That's right, let alone Li Yiran's presence, even if she wasn't there, how could his huge Zhu family lose to a farmer? 800 million. 900 million. Are you doing this on purpose? Zhu Haozi also roared with anger. Jiang Chen sneered, if you don't have the strength, go to the back and squat. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Zhu Haozi felt insulted. He was actually insulted by a farmer on the border. He was furious. Even if he didn't make money, he had to get back this place. 10 billion. Keep asking. 11 billion. After Jiang Chen said this coldly, Lisa's, who was beside Zhu Shao, was sweating. He hurriedly persuaded him, don't ask, the price is too high, twice as high. Shut up. 1.15 billion. Keep asking. I'll give it to you. Oh my god. Lisa's almost fainted. This guy was obviously a shill. Chapter 285 out of print villa. A piece of land worth at most 500 million yuan was sold to Jiang Chen for 1.15 billion yuan. A group of real estate tycoons couldn't help but shake their heads. Hey, this piece of land doesn't make money. Yi City stipulates that high-rise buildings cannot be built near the desert. These are 5 or 6 story buildings. The land price is so high. In addition, now that the sandstorm has passed, the labor costs and building materials have skyrocketed. It's good not to lose money. That's right. Even with the name of the Zhu group, the house is not easy to sell. After all, there is no greening there. After several people finished talking, Zhu Haozi couldn't listen at all. At this moment, he was only proud, and prouder than Jiang Chen. Raise the price, why not? You still want to pursue Yiran with this ability? After Zhu Haozi finished speaking, Jiang Chen was not angry at all. Instead, he wanted to laugh. This kind of person who is desperate for face, in Mojiang, Jiang Chen will make him die ugly. Bang. Plot number 1 belongs to Zhu's real estate. Congratulations to Zhu's real estate. Now we will bid for the second plot of land in the city. This plot of land is located in the center of Yunnan District. It is a rare place close to the municipal government. The area of this plot of land is 10 acres, and the starting price is 500 million. After the host finished speaking, the real estate developers below could no longer hold back. That's right, this is a rare plot of land in the Yunnan District government. As long as you take this piece of land, you will never lose money. And more importantly, the entire Yi city restricts the construction of high-rise buildings. In order to protect the environment and to resist wind and sand, all the buildings under construction are 7 stories high. The land in front of the municipal government is the economic and political center, so it is also the only place where elevator houses can be built. Therefore, this house will definitely be very popular. 510 million. Someone raised his hand at the back of the bidding hall, and soon someone next to him shouted, 600 million. 700 million. After a group of people started bidding, Liao Yui whispered, Brother Jiang, you can take this piece of land. This piece of land is more than 6,600 square meters. Excluding the green area, it is more than 5,800 square meters. Moreover, a shopping mall can be built underground, a 4-story shopping mall can be built above ground, and a building can be built up to 30 floors. It is also close to the city government, and the housing prices are particularly high. Now the housing prices of several places around the city government are not very good, and the Wencheng real estate speculation group has raised them to 23,000. After Liao Yui finished speaking, Jiang Chen couldn't help shaking his head. You are a city of Yi, and you don't have any outstanding industries. How can you attract talents by raising the housing prices so high? You will only drive away the talents who stay. But Yi City doesn't care about these. What they want is GDP. Anyway, their houses are sold to those rich people for retirement. 1 billion. Just when a group of small real estate developers were racking their brains, Big Yuan made a move. As soon as the sign of Big Yuan was put down, Hengda next to him also raised his sign and said, 1.1 billion. Soon, the small real estate developers behind him stopped talking. After all, the big boss had taken a fancy to it, and they had no chance to compete. Brother Jiang, go ahead and make a move. I calculated that these houses can be sold for at least 5.5 billion now. After deducting the land money and the cost, we can at least make 20 to 30 billion. And the housing prices are still rising wildly now. When it is built, it is unimaginable how much it will cost per square meter. In 2023, the places with the highest housing prices are Beijing, Shanghai, and Shenzhen. The average housing price in Beijing is close to 80,000 per square meter, with the highest being more than 200,000 per square meter and the lowest being more than 60,000 per square meter. Shanghai is about the same. So they think that the housing prices in Yi City, the main battlefield for the country's future development, can also be very high. At least 30,000 is the base. After all, Yi City is different from other places. Yi City is all 7-story buildings, and the land area is limited, so it is bound to cause its housing prices to be extremely high. 1.5 billion. Liao Yui finished speaking, and Jiang Chen nodded. After seeing Jiang Chen nod, Liao Yui raised his sign. The host on the stage saw that the bid was 1.5 billion, and he excitedly shouted, Mojiang Investment Group bid 1.5 billion. Is there a higher bid? 1.6 billion. As soon as Liao Yui finished speaking, ZHU Haos he raised his sign. Liao Yui calculated clearly, and so did ZHU Haos he. This piece of land, even if the land price was 2 billion, with the current labor cost, and the price of stone and cement in Yi City, they can still earn nearly 1 billion. Of course, the most important thing is that they use the bank's money to build, and they got something for nothing. Even if they gave the bank some money, they would get 500 or 600 million for a piece of land, which is a huge sum of money. After ZHU Haos he shouted, he also looked at Jiang Chen deliberately, as if he was going to fight Jiang Chen to the end. 2 billion. Jiang Chen raised his sign directly. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Liao Yui did not object. After all, even if they got the land for 2 billion, they would still make money. because the concrete supplier of the entire Yi city and even the entire Xin province is Jiang Chen's building materials company. So even if they don't make money from building buildings, at least the money is earned by the building materials company. We can't follow it. This piece of land can be sold for a maximum of 5.5 billion. After deducting taxes, labor costs, and building material costs, we can only make 100 million. After splitting the money with the bank, we can make tens of millions, and we still take risks. After all, Lisa's is Zhu Hao's his partner, so he was persuading him with a headache. After Lisa's finished speaking, Zhu Hao's he sneered and said, I can make tens of millions too. 2.1 billion. What Zhu Hao's he wanted was to defeat Jiang Chen in one fell swoop. Even if he didn't make a penny, as long as he defeated Jiang Chen, that was enough. After all, he was the heir of the Zhu group, and he didn't care about this little money. Zhu Hao's his shouting gave Lisa's a headache. After all, if he added another 100 million, he wouldn't make a penny. Mr. Zhu, this will cost you money. I can afford it. After Zhu Hao's he finished speaking, Jiang Chen shrugged and said, okay, you are a wealthy family, I'll give it to you. 2 minutes later, no one on the field made another bid. The host announced that the municipal government land would belong to Zhu's real estate. In fact, Jiang Chen knew that he would still make money if he paid more for the land. In this day and age, what else can make more money than real estate? However, he chose to give up because next, the host bid for a total of 6 plots of land. Begin took 2, Hengda took 1, and Zhu's real estate took 3. Until the last villa land, Jiang Chen got nothing. Zhu Hao's he was so proud at the moment. In his eyes, Jiang Chen was a coward who couldn't be more cowardly. He looked fierce, but as long as you raise the price a little bit, he would be so cowardly that he would withdraw. This was simply, haha, when I came here, my father told me to be careful of you, saying that Mojiang was your territory. Haha, you are just a coward, nothing more than that. Zhu Hao's he looked at Jiang Chen and finished speaking. The last piece of land on the stage was also auctioned. Let's invite the winning site of this time, Cayenne Laotian number 1 land. This land is a villa area, which can build 500 villas. In addition, this land is located next to the airport avenue, which is the most suitable for foreign wealthy businessmen to live. Not only that, in the future, our city will invest in the construction of Cayenne Laotian scenic area. This villa will be the only super villa complex close to the scenic area in Yunnan New District. After the host finished speaking, everyone perked up. After all, as long as they could get this piece of land, they would make a fortune. You know, due to the limited area of Yunnan New District, all the residential buildings are 7-story. They don't approve high-rise buildings and villas at all, so this will be an out-of-print villa. Chapter 286, Fight for the Sahara people's reputation. Let me announce the starting price of this villa land. Its starting price is 1 billion. After the host finished speaking, a group of people exclaimed, if the starting price is so high, how expensive will this villa be? Brother Jiang, increase the price to buy it. This is the only villa area in Yunnan New District, and it is also the object of competition among mainland wealthy businessmen. I have calculated that this villa can be built on 3 floors, more than 300 square meters. With the current housing prices in Yunnan New District, this villa can easily reach 50,000 per square meter, so the market value of this villa is at least 7.5 billion. The high market value is not worried about selling, which is the reason why it has great competition. You have to know that people in China with a starting net worth of more than 100 million are in the tens of millions. With so many people competing for 500 places, who knows how much the housing price will be? Brother Jiang, this is the last chance, and the cost of this villa is very low, not to mention that we have our own building materials company, so the cost will be even lower. After Liu Yui finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded. Even if this villa can make 100 million, he will do it. After all, what can you do in half a year to make 100 million? 1.5 billion. Jiang Chen raised his sign, and Big Yuan also raised theirs. 1.6 billion. 2 billion. After discussing for a while, Hengda Real Estate directly offered a high price of 2 billion. 3 billion. Zhu Hao's he also raised his sign. After all, this was the first step for ZHU's real estate to go out of Beijing, so they couldn't be timid. 3.5 billion. Jiang Chen was not timid either. He also raised his sign directly. After all, Yi City was his territory. 4 billion. ZHU Haozi had won the price competition all night, and he didn't want to lose face at the last minute. Brother Jiang, keep raising the price. We must win this time, and give us Sahara people a chance to win. Liao Yui also clenched his fists. Jiang Chen looked at ZHU Haozi. ZHU Haozi tightened his collar and sneered. What? You don't dare to raise the price? Is this all you can do as a small workshop? Liao Yui, how much can we pay at most to avoid losing money? At the current cost, using our own building materials, a villa plus decoration, will cost at most 3 million, and 500 villas will cost 1.5 billion. In addition, the greening here is not easy to do. We have to use our Sahara grass, otherwise it will die easily, so the greening will cost more than 500 million. After deducting 500 million in taxes, plus the money needed for management, etc., it will cost at most 3 billion. After Liao Yui finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded. Since these villas can earn 7.5 billion and the cost is 3 billion, that means he can only lose money if the land price is more than 4.5 billion. Of course, this is the case when using their internal price of building materials. If the market price of Sahara building materials is used, then they will lose money at 4.3 billion. So thinking of this, Jiang Chen directly raised the sign and used his ultimate move. 4.3 billion. After Jiang Chen shouted, Liao Yui hurriedly said, Brother Jiang, it's too high, so that we can earn 200 million. Ahem, but 200 million is enough. Just go down with them. After Liao Yui finished speaking, he deliberately looked at ZHU Haozi and said, why? Raise the price. Even our workshop enterprise can offer 4.3 billion. You are so awesome. The ZHU family in Shangjing must offer 5 billion. After Liao Yui finished speaking, ZHU Haozi was about to raise the sign. Li Sis hurriedly pulled him. Mr. ZHU, don't be fooled. You will lose money if you offer 5 billion. 4.5 billion. After ZHU Haozi finished speaking, beads of sweat had already appeared on his forehead. He originally planned to buy this piece of land for 20 to 30 billion, but now that Jiang Chen has messed it up, he almost doesn't even have enough capital. Master ZHU, don't worry, we will continue to raise the housing price. You are only planning to charge 50,000 yuan per square meter. When we take the initiative, it will be 60,000 yuan per square meter. Whether you want to buy or not, people will buy it anyway. ZHU Haozi is not a brainless person. He has also calculated that the only place in China that can enjoy blue sky and white clouds is Yi City. Which of those rich people is not afraid of death? If you want to live long, you have to come to Yi City. They are all rich people. You can think with a pig's head that they will not squeeze into apartments with poor people. Okay, everything is up to Master ZHU, as long as Master ZHU can take our Li family to drink soup. After Li Sis finished speaking, ZHU Haozi looked at Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen shrugged and said, you have money, I'll give it to you. Liao Yui, let's go. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, ZHU Haozi instantly understood that you don't have any money at all. You sat here for the whole morning, just to act as a trustee for Yi City to buy land, right? Jiang Chen had just finished speaking when a staff member suddenly came over. He walked to Jiang Chen and whispered, Boss Jiang, our Mayor Ma invites you to have lunch upstairs at noon in the Lotus Hall private room. The banquet will start at 12 o'clock sharp. Jiang Chen looked at his watch. It was already 11:30. He nodded and said, okay, let's go to the Lotus Hall and wait. By the way, Boss ZHU, you have contributed so much money to Yi City. How about I talk to Mayor Ma and we go together? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, ZHU Haozi, who felt cheated, was furious. At this time, let alone letting him eat, he couldn't even eat delicacies from the mountains and the sea. After all, he took 6 plots of land in Yunnan New District, a total of 11.3 billion. Just wait. ZHU Haozi angrily threw his sleeves and left. Jiang Chen sneered. I thought he would be a stronger person than ZHU Chang, but how much better is his IQ than ZHU Chang? The bidding ended, and the crowd left. Li Yiren wanted to talk to Jiang Chen, but was pulled away by the angry leases. Before Li Yiren left, Jiang Chen shouted to her, "Yiren, be tough. In less than a year, the net worth of the entire Li family will not be as expensive as a villa in Sakura Bay." After Jiang Chen shouted, Li Yiren turned around and nodded. She was waiting for the day when the entire Li family would beg her. "Leases, I advise you to leave Yi City now, and don't get involved in the muddy waters of Yi City. My struggle with the ZHU family has just begun, and smart people won't get involved." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Leases turned around and pointed at Jiang Chen and cursed back, "Just wait, how can you, 3 generations of poor farmers, fight against the ZHU family? I also advise you to plant your land in the desert peacefully, don't overestimate your ability." After Leases finished speaking, he pulled Li Yiren away. "Brother Jiang, they still won this time. Although the land they got is expensive, they can increase the price and sell it out. Then they will still make money, and their reputation will also be established in Yi City, and they will invest in more things in the future." After Li Yui finished speaking, Jiang Chen smiled and took out his mobile phone. If they were hiding in Shangjing, Jiang Chen might not be their opponent, but you ran to my doorstep. If I don't knock out your dog teeth, am I still Jiang Chen? Hey, Manager Mew, let's announce that all our building materials are forbidden to be sold to the ZHU family. Also, let's spread the word that anyone who dares to resell our Sahara concrete and wood to the ZHU family will be blacklisted. From now on, if he can buy anything from Sahara again, I'll twist his head off. Chapter 287. I have a backup plan. If there was no backup plan, would Jiang Chen give so much land to ZHU Hayos he? Haha, what are you thinking? How can Jiang Chen be such a good person that I can tolerate you hitting me in the face? Brother Jiang, got it, don't worry, as long as I say a word, ZHU's real estate will never be able to buy a cubic meter of concrete in Xin province. Mu Cheng was right. You have to know that he controls the cement and gravel of the entire Yi City and even Xin province. In addition, his wood also monopolizes the decoration market and furniture market of the entire Xin province. Now Sahara Building Materials Group is definitely the boss of the entire Xin province. Who dares to offend him? Also, tell all the engineering teams that whoever takes over the construction of ZHU's real estate is an enemy of my Sahara group. They will never be able to contract any project in Sahara or even Xinsheng and Mojiang in the future. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and Mu Cheng nodded and said, "Don't worry, Jiang Chen, I know what to do, even if you don't tell me. Just wait for my good news." After hanging up the phone, Jiang Chen looked at Li Yui and said, "Can they still make money now? It's terrible. If they don't use our concrete and wood, they have to transport them from Gansu province and Xinsheng province, which is very costly. Moreover, Gansu province and Xinsheng province don't open mountains now, so they buy their concrete from us." Li Yui wiped the sweat from his head. Such a Jiang Chen is really terrible. He cut off the building materials of ZHU's real estate. What will ZHU's real estate use to build the building? Use soil? Besides, transporting concrete from the inland will cost more than 10 times. While Li Yui was talking, Jiang Chen called Chifeng, the general manager of Mojiang New District Management and Construction Group. The call was connected quickly. Chifeng was in a meeting in the office, but when he saw that it was Jiang Chen's call, he quickly picked up the phone. "Hey, Jiang Chen, how come you have time to call me? When are you free to come to the new district? I'll treat you to a drink." Chifeng is Jiang Chen's senior. He has graduated from Peking University and Tsinghua University for 15 years. Before Jiang Chen poached him, he was already the head of a county in China, and he had a promising future. "No, senior brother, you're too polite. Is my sister-in-law feeling better now?" "Better, better. Now Sahara Hospital has introduced new equipment and new experts. The experts said that she can recover slowly, but it will take a little time. It's okay if she can recover. I'll call Sahara Hospital later and tell them not to worry about the money. All the medicines are good. They must cure my sister-in-law." Thank you Jiang Chen." The reason why Jiang Chen was able to pull Chifeng, who was about to be promoted to deputy mayor, was because of his wife. Chifeng's wife was also a student of Peking University and Tsinghua University. They graduated and got married, but within a few years she got a strange disease and has been bedridden ever since. In order to treat her, Chifeng sold his house, borrowed money from all his friends, and finally borrowed from loan sharks, but in the end, the money was spent, and the patient was still not cured. Just when Chifeng saw no hope, and owed money that he could not repay, he wanted to jump into the river with her. However, Jiang Chen heard about his story, and it happened that the experts introduced by Sahara Hospital could treat this disease, so Jiang Chen brought her in. Jiang Chen waived all her medical expenses and repaid the loan sharks and the money from relatives and friends for him. Jiang Chen also made him the general manager of Mojiang New District Management and Construction Group and asked him to work for him to pay back his debts. You're welcome. By the way, senior brother, now we need to sort out all the villa complexes built on the west side of Qianlao Mountain. Starting tomorrow, we will concentrate all the financial and human resources of the new district to build villas. We must complete the villa complex before autumn. Okay, we will complete the task. Chifeng hung up the phone after he finished speaking. After the call, Chifeng went to the unfinished villa complex in Laotian and then personally supervised and erected the construction of villas in Qianlao Mountain. After Jiang Chen hung up the phone, Liao Yui asked in confusion, "Brother Jiang, our new district is now mainly building a financial district. Why did we change to building villas?" "No reason. Wait until Zhu Hao's villa is built, and I won't let him increase his price by a dime." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Liao Yui suddenly realized that the west side of the mountain was not a protected area, it was under the jurisdiction of Mojiang. When Jiang Chen bought the new district for 60 billion, he bought all the large area of Qianlao Mountain. Otherwise, how could the new district, which no one wanted, sell for 60 billion? If we build villas all over the west, we can build at least tens of thousands of villas. Then, as long as we sell them at a price of 50,000 per square meter, we will make a fortune. But Zhu Hao's is in trouble. Just imagine, who would spend 4,000 or 5,000 to buy a villa that can be bought for 15 million? All the land in the new district has started construction. All the houses near Zhu's real estate are sold at a discount. In addition, tell the sales department not to sell to the Wencheng Real Estate Speculation Group. As long as the ID card is from Wencheng, we will not sell it. Okay, I'll give the order right away. At 12 o'clock noon, Jiang Chen and Liao Yui walked into the Lotus Pavilion private room together. Ma Yaowei, Guo Keming and others were in the Lotus Pavilion private room, and several leaders and cadres from relevant departments in the city also came. After Jiang Chen came in, Ma Yaowei was very happy and excited. He pulled Jiang Chen and let him sit next to him. After a few people sat down, Ma Yaowei looked at everyone and said, "It's the weekend today, so you don't have to go to work. I'll treat you to this meal today, and it won't cost the government a penny, so you can eat and drink as much as you want." After Ma Yaowei finished speaking, a group of people applauded, and soon the food came up. They ordered very affordable food, no abalone or lobster, but ordinary home-cooked dishes, and the portions were very large. Open the wine. The young people around Ma Yaowei opened a few bottles of wine. The wine was not Mayotte, nor was it Caozijiao, but a local wine. Although the wine was not famous, it had a strong flavor of the Northwest, like a Northwest man. Cheers. Today we have to congratulate Mayor Zimar. A few months ago, our Yi city was still the bottom city in the province. Who wouldn't laugh at us when we were attracting investment? But today is different. Today they are begging us on their knees, and we may not grant them land. After the leader of the Investment Promotion Bureau finished speaking, Ma Yaowei shook his head and said, "We can't do this. As long as they are willing to come, they are guests, and we have to serve them well. However, I'm happy today that our Yi city has finally risen. We don't have to look at other people's faces anymore. That's enough." After Ma Yaowei finished speaking, he raised his glass to toast Jiang Chen. "We have to thank Zhao Jiang for this today. He is the benefactor of our Yin and New district. No, he is the benefactor of our entire Yi city. If it weren't for his Mojiang scenic area that blocked the wind and sand, how could we have the glorious days we have now?" After Ma Yaowei finished speaking, Jiang Chen stood up and drank a full glass. Jiang Chen likes porridge in the morning and drinks late at night, especially his friend's wine. After 3 rounds of drinking, everyone was a little drunk. Jiang Chen felt that he had to remind Mayor Ma a few words. After all, the development of Yi City was closely related to his Mojiang scenic area. Mayor Ma, I have a question for you. Yi City is rising now because of the blue sky and white clouds and fresh air, but there are no enterprises in Yi City. Now that the housing prices in Yi City are so high, how can we retain young people and talents? Chapter 288 Desert Watermelon. A city without young people is destined to be a place without vitality. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the entire Lotus Hall fell silent, as if they had already thought about this problem. There's no other way. We need development and we need money. Moreover, the new district also needs high-rise buildings. We don't have the money to build them, so we can only ask them to help build them. After Ma Yaoi finished speaking, Jiang Chen said, you can build them, but the housing prices must be limited. Our small border town is already difficult to attract young people. If the housing prices are higher, it will be even more difficult to attract young people. The housing prices were originally going as we expected, but who knew that this damn Wencheng real estate speculation group would come? It was they who pulled the housing prices up, and then they withdrew and left, cutting our leaks and making our people suffer. After the leader of the housing authority finished speaking, Ma Yaoi nodded and said, house prices must be limited, and also, these people who think of treating us as leaks every day must be taught a lesson. The housing prices across the country were all raised by this damn Wencheng people. They borrowed money from banks to hoard houses and didn't sell them. Then they waited for the prices to go up before selling them. They made a fortune out of nothing, but they didn't expect that the locals were the ones who suffered. Purchase restrictions. After Liao Yui finished speaking, Ma Yaoi shook his head and said, no, if we restrict purchases now, it will only make the housing prices higher. And the real estate speculators will spread the news, and they will cut the leaks in advance. After Ma Yaoi finished speaking, Jiang Chen picked up the wine glass, drank it in one breath and said, Yi City is my backer. Since you helped me everywhere, I should repay you. Jiang Chen looked out the window after speaking. The sky was so blue. If there were a group of old men and women under the blue sky, how terrible this world would be. Jiang Chen didn't know how he left the Yunnan New District Hotel. When he woke up again, it was already late at night in Mojiang. Jiang Chen turned on his mobile phone to check the time, but saw a new seed reminder on the mobile phone page. System reminder, congratulations to the player for completing the 30,000 tourists task, and the player will receive a heart seed. Breakthrough 30,000 again. School has started. Why are there still so many tourists? But who cares? The more tourists the better. After all, as long as he uses up the travel card bundled with roses, he can make money. Let's see what kind of seeds it is. Jiang Chen clicked on the seed column. It was not a building material seed. Jiang Chen was a little disappointed. But when he clicked on the seed grid, he looked at a round thing in the seed grid and smiled. Seed introduction. Desert watermelon seeds. This seed is a watermelon that can be planted in the desert. Desert watermelons are bigger and sweeter. Take a bite and you will feel the oil boiling. Your sister's voice. Isn't it good to be your sister honestly? But Jiang Chen seemed to see new hope for the watermelon that made the system drool. In the hot summer, take a bite of a big watermelon. The watermelon with sandy flesh is so sweet that it will go straight to your heart. Let's see how much it costs. This watermelon will definitely sell well. Taking advantage of the many tourists now, we can make a lot of money with watermelons. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen clicked on the price introduction. Price introduction. Desert watermelons are sold by mu. 1 mu of watermelon seeds costs 5,000 yuan. 5,000 yuan for 1 acre of watermelon. That's fine. You know, the cost of growing watermelons in China is also very high. The investment for 1 acre of watermelon is at least more than 4,000 yuan, and the yield per acre is about 5,000 to 8,000 kilograms, which can also make a lot of money. My watermelon costs 5,000 yuan per acre, and when I sell it, it will definitely be several times this. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen looked at the map. There happened to be a large piece of vacant land between the Jinshaoxing scenic area and the eastern outer ring road. This vacant land is at least the size of 2 towns, with an area of more than 30,000 acres. It would cost 150 million to plant all these lands with watermelons. 150 million is acceptable, Jiang Chen said as he prepared to build a watermelon garden. This time he could invest. After all, there is still a long time before the autumn sandstorm arrives. During this period, the accumulated things in the northwest have been shipped out. It's just right that his watermelons can enter the mainland market smoothly. Give it to the promotion manager. Oh no, the promotion manager must have no money. Just call Mu Cheng. Mu Cheng has now become Jiang Chen's cash machine. After the call was connected, Mu Cheng had already gone to bed. Hello, is this brother Jiang? It's me, Manager Mu. Please transfer 200 million to me quickly. I need it urgently. As soon as the money was mentioned, Mu Cheng instantly lost all sleepiness. Brother Jiang, the company has just received a sum of money, more than 500 million, but I have to hand it over to the Sahara finance department tomorrow. President Guan said that this money is used to set up the Sahara construction company. After Mu Cheng finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded and said, well, the construction company is needed. When we have a construction company in the future, we can contract the projects in Mojiang and Yunnan New District. How about this? You transfer 200 million to me, and the remaining 300 million will be enough for them to set up a construction company. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Mu Cheng said with some embarrassment, should I tell President Guan about this? President Guan also held a meeting today and specifically mentioned our Sahara Building Materials Company, asking our finance department to pay the money on time and not to use it for other purposes, otherwise our year-end bonus will be withheld. My bonus doesn't matter, I take dividends anyway, but I can't joke about the year-end bonus of the entire group's employees. After Mu Cheng finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded and said, okay, it's a loan. I'll write you an IOU later and pay you back as soon as I sell my watermelons. Jiang Chen hung up the phone after he finished speaking. After the call was hung up, he wrote an electronic IOU and sent it to Mu Cheng, who then transferred 200 million to Jiang Chen. With the electronic IOU, it was no longer called embezzlement of public funds, and everyone's bonus could be kept. With the money, Jiang Chen started to farm under the moonlight. He drove the car directly to the planned watermelon garden scenic area, and then first paid 30 million to plant more than 30 roads. After the roads were repaired, Jiang Chen planted more than 3 million street lights. After the street lights were planted, Jiang Chen paid another 1 million to plant a garbage treatment plant, which was mainly used to treat the eaten watermelon rinds. After the treatment plant was built, Jiang Chen thought of the tourists who wanted to eat watermelons on the roadside, so he planned nearly 4,000 small watermelon eating plots on the roadsides of various sizes. On the watermelon eating plots, Jiang Chen planned greenland with one click. After the greenland was planned, Jiang Chen planned small yurts on it. Jiang Chen looked at the money. He only had 400 million left out of his 200 million. This money was just enough to plant desert watermelons on all the remaining land. After Jiang Chen finished planting the desert watermelon garden covering more than 30,000 acres with one click, a golden light fell to the ground, and the endless yellow sand was covered with green melon vines. Jiang Chen walked to a melon vine field. The melon vines were very long, and what surprised him was that fist-sized watermelons had appeared in the melon vines. There were a lot of watermelons, and the small watermelons lay under the green vines, which was very pleasing. It looks like it will be ripe by the end of this month. Watermelons like sunshine and dry environment the most. My desert can provide them with these. Let's see how delicious it will be when it is ripe. Chapter 289, Saving the Unsellable Almonds. After planting the desert watermelon, it was already daybreak. Jiang Chen received a call that his sunflower garden scenic area could no longer be opened because the sunflowers had withered and were ready to be picked. So Jiang Chen drove straight to the sunflower garden. When he arrived at the sunflowers, Chen Jiantao, president of the Sahara Scenic Area Group, and Guan Ku, president of the Sahara Group, were both there. Their car was parked at the entrance of the scenic area. Looking around the scenic area, there were ripe sunflower plates. The huge sunflower plates lowered their heads in maturity after their glory. It's really a harvest season. Our apricots didn't sell for a good price today, but sunflowers are different. Now that the transportation line is open, sunflowers can be shipped to Sahara shops everywhere. Today, we must make up for the losses of apricots with melon seeds. Guanku said. Chen Jianzhao nodded and said, yes, we are not afraid. Even if the sandstorm comes, our melon seed factory has been built. We will start harvesting today, and once the melon seeds are processed into bags, they can be stored for a year without any problem. After the two people finished talking, Jiang Chen stepped on the accelerator and stopped behind them. Brother Jiang, I've been waiting for you. Jiang Chen walked to the entrance of the scenic area. A platform had been built at the entrance of the scenic area. In front of the platform were parked sunflower harvesters. There were at least dozens of these sunflower harvesters. The sunflower picking meeting is about to begin. Now, please invite Brother Jiang to speak. After the host on the stage finished speaking, a group of media turned their cameras to Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen nodded and walked onto the stage. After coming on stage, Jiang Chen focused on the construction of the sunflower garden and the subsequent packaging and sales of melon seeds. After that, Jiang Chen announced that the harvesting officially began. After Jiang Chen's announcement, sunflower harvesters roared into the sunflower garden, and thousands of tourists at the entrance of the sunflower garden took their mobile phones to record. Did you see it? This is the sunflower picking site in the Mojiang Bermuda scenic area. They are all sunflowers growing under the blue sky and white clouds, with sufficient sunshine and plump fruits. Soon they will be sent to the factory in the Mojiang development zone for processing. After processing, they will be sold through the Sahara shop. When the time comes, you must buy a bag of sunflower seeds full of sunshine to try. Sahara sunflower harvesting site. Sahara sunflower is absolutely pollution-free product. Healthy product is guaranteed. I will go to support a bag later. Not to mention the tourists recording. When the sunflower harvester harvested the sunflowers, Jiang Chen discussed the issue of melon seeds with Chen Jianzhao and Guan Cubic. Brother Jiang, the sunflowers in our sunflower garden have a bumper harvest this year. This acre of land can produce at least 1,200 kilograms. This is 400 kilograms more than the sunflowers in the mainland. Li Jianzhao, the scenic area group, said with great pride. That's right. The sunflowers in Sahara scenic area have larger sunflower plates than those in the mainland. The sunflower plates are like steamed bun plates in the countryside, and the sunflowers in Sahara are extremely plump, which invisibly increases the weight of the sunflower seeds. Well, a good harvest is very important, and the next step is to sell them. President Guan, how is the construction of the Sahara shop and Sahara melon seed factory that you are in charge of going? Do you have any good ideas about selling sunflower seeds? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Guanku nodded and said, I had a meeting with the persons in charge of Sahara shop and Sahara melon seed factory yesterday. The Sahara melon seed factory is ready, and as long as the melon seeds here are harvested, they can be directly transported to the melon seeds factory. After the melon seeds are dried and packaged at the melon seeds factory, they can be delivered to Sahara shops in various places within one day by instant express. After Guanku finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded. It was time to get his money back after investing in such a large sunflower garden. Has the price of melon seeds been decided? Yes, we've learned from the lesson of Shakwan water, and the price of Sahara melon seeds is not that high. In Huagoro supermarket, a bag of 260 g of chacha melon seeds costs 10 yuan. Our melon seeds are higher end than this, so a bag costs 50 yuan. However, sales of our Shakwan water are sluggish, so we launched the Sahara melon seeds package, which bundles Sahara melon seeds with Shakwan water. You buy a bag of Sahara melon seeds and add 10 yuan, and you get a bottle of Shakwan water for free. After Guanku finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded. Indeed, their Shakwan water was a very troublesome problem. The water price was too high, and the low and mid-end markets could not be opened, and the high-end market had no reputation. In addition, the high-end market used very little mineral water. Okay, if you calculate it this way, how much money can you make from this batch of melon seeds? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Guanku began to calculate. This batch of melon seeds covers more than 500 mu. Let's take 500 mu as an example. 1 mu of land can produce 1,200 jin, and 500 mu is 600,000 jin. After drying, 1 jin shrinks by 3 liang, which means there are 420,000 jin of melon seeds left. These melon seeds are 260 grams per bag, which is 807,692 bags. One bag sells for 50 yuan, which is 40.38 million. After deducting the cost, these 500 mu of melon seeds can make at least 39 million. Hearing that these melon seeds can make so much money, Jiang Chen really regretted not getting tens of thousands of mu of melon seeds in the first place. This wave of apricots really hurt him. Very good, save more seeds later, and expand the planting next year. Next year, plant melon seeds on this large area from Xiaopingyuan to Yuebei and Xinglin. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Guan Q nodded. After discussing the melon seeds, Guan told Jiang Chen another unfortunate thing, that is, their almonds were unsellable like Shakwan water. I don't know if it's because of the lack of advertising. Anyway, now Sahara shops everywhere are full of almonds, and Sahara almond factory warehouses are also full of piles of almonds. Jiang Chen asked how many almonds could be processed this year. Speaking of almonds, Guan sighed. There are too many almonds this year. We have more than 100 million apricot trees, and more than 7 billion apricots have been produced. We sold and gave away hundreds of thousands of apricots, and the rest were eaten by everyone. These almonds are at least 6 billion. Now they are piled up in the vacant land of the development zone. The vacant land in the development zone can't hold them all, so we have to transport them to the bonded area. Guan was right. Now their almonds are processed into almond bags. There are 10 almonds in a bag, and 50 bags in a box. All these almonds can be processed into 13.8 million boxes. Almonds are not expensive, 20 yuan a bag, and 1000 yuan a box. Compared with apricots, they are not expensive at all. However, they just couldn't be sold in China, which worried Guan. Alas, growing apricots was a tragedy. Jiang Chen finally experienced the feeling of not being able to make back his investment. However, there was no other way. Who made him choose? Now that the problem has come out, let's find a way to solve it. Just let the almond factory process it without worry. I will start a live broadcast to sell it today. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Guan went to work without worry. As long as Jiang Chen started the live broadcast, there was nothing they couldn't sell. In the evening, when the sunset filled the sky, Jiang Chen was ready to start the live broadcast. Chapter 290. The boss personally smashes the sign. Jiang Chen likes to broadcast live in the evening, because the evening in the desert is right after dinner in China. After a hard day's work, most Chinese people will squat on the sofa to play with their mobile phones or watch TV. At this time, live broadcasting has the most fans. Hello everyone, I'm Jiang Chen who loves farming. Today, the melon seeds in Sahara sunflower garden are ripe. I will take you to see it together. Jiang Chen knows that, if he wants to keep his fans, he must keep broadcasting new things. It just so happens that the sunflower garden is harvested. Many city people have never seen the scene of harvesting melon seeds in the countryside, so there must be many people watching. Geodatao, wow, the anchor is broadcasting. Hurry up and notify your friends. Hammer warning, really 6. There is nothing good to watch in the live broadcast industry during this period. Can you broadcast for a while every day? Xiaoxiasheng, wow, I can get benefits again. Or at 9 o'clock. Hanky flying my heart, lead your sister. Can you watch the live broadcast carefully? Xiaoxiasheng, ahem, I'm used to it. By the way, what fun live broadcast will the anchor bring us today? Today I will take you to watch the scene of harvesting sunflowers in the sunflower garden. I believe that many friends are very interested in the countryside, but they don't have time to really visit the countryside. So today I will let everyone sit at home and see the joy of harvesting. Fing Mangalu, let's get started. To be honest, I grew up in the city since I was a child, and I have never seen anyone harvesting sunflowers. Ergauzi, I grew up in the countryside. We don't grow sunflowers here, and I haven't seen one either. I can't help but want to see it. When the barrage was flying all over the sky, Jiang Chen walked towards the sunflower garden step by step. When Jiang Chen walked into the sunflower garden, Lady Olive had recommended Jiang Chen's live broadcast room through all channels, and at this moment, the popularity of Jiang Chen's live broadcast room instantly exceeded 20 million, which means that there are now 2 million people watching Jiang Chen's live broadcast. This is the sunflower garden. I believe many people who come to Sahara for tourism have already admired it. My sunflower garden here has 500 acres of land. This year is a bumper year. I picked a sunflower plate for you to see, Jiang Chen said as he turned the camera to the endless sunflower garden. In the sunflower garden, desert sunflowers hung their heads one by one. This sunflower garden that stretched to the sky and sunbeams made everyone talk about it. Xiangao, there are so many sunflowers. It reminds me of the feeling of harvesting corn in my hometown when I was a child. Doll in the field, yes, when we were harvesting corn, when we were young, a group of us children played hide and seek in the corn stack. I still remember the moonlight at that time. It was really like daylight. Little foodie, yes, when we were young, we didn't mind the dirt. The children in the village played until midnight. A harvested sunflower garden reminded everyone of many childhood events. When talking about childhood events, everyone discussed more enthusiastically. Even at this moment, most of the Migu news reported those childhood events. It is true. Children who grow up in the countryside have many happy childhoods. Most of the children in China today cannot experience this kind of fun. China started the urbanization process more than 10 years ago, and now it has been mostly completed, so there are very few people who really live in the countryside. Look, this is the sunflower plate of the Sahara sunflower. Do you have any strange discoveries? When everyone was discussing, Jiang Chen interrupted them, and a group of people looked at the sunflower plate again. The sunflower plate in the camera was densely packed with melon seeds, which were big and plump, which was really pleasing. Henxing Badao, I found that the sunflower plate seemed to be bigger than the other sunflower plates. The little prince, the melon seeds look delicious. Owl, isn't it true? These melon seeds must be delicious. After all, they are melon seeds grown under the sun, and they must have the taste of sunshine. Jiang Chen picked up the sunflower plate and let everyone visit it for a while, and then put it back on the sunflower. Then he was ready to take everyone to see the scene of harvesting the sunflower garden. Passing the entrance of the sunflower garden, a sunflower harvester drove towards Jiang Chen not far away. Jiang Chen waved at the harvester, and it stopped. Everyone is lucky today. Let's go and show you how we harvest sunflowers. Jiang Chen climbed onto the harvester as he spoke. After the harvester started, the huge rotating harvester head soon pushed the sunflower fields to the ground, and then the sunflower discs were sucked into the harvester. When they came out again, they had become piles of sunflower seeds. Zhangming, haha, it's really a magical harvest. Why does it remind me of wheat harvesters? Maoki Obushi, yes, mechanized harvesting is really fast. When we planted sunflowers at home, we harvested them manually. Just thinking about it is a nightmare. While everyone was discussing, the harvester compartment was already filled with sunflower seeds. The harvester stopped, and a brand new truck drove over in the distance. The truck was already filled with half a truck of sunflower seeds. Everyone, please pay attention. I'm about to show you my special skills, Jiang Chen said, and then he saw a ladder-like thing built on the harvester. When the truck approached, the sunflower seeds quickly rushed towards catcher. Seeing the truck quickly filled with sunflower seeds, the crowd on the other side of the screen was already agitated. Sprint champion, wow, I can smell the fragrance of sunflower seeds through the screen. I can't help but crawl in and roll in the sunflower seed pool. The melon eating crowd, such a big truck of sunflower seeds, it will take a year to eat it. The boss is sad, a year. You'll have your teeth knocked out. It's so hard to be a good man. Anchor, when will your sunflower seeds be on the market? I'll support you then. Niuhu Brigade, yes, Anchor, when will the sunflower seeds be on the market? No matter how expensive it is, I'll support it, just because it grows in nature. Getting off the car, more than a dozen sunflower harvesters rumbled in the distance. I'm afraid that dozens of harvesters can harvest all the sunflowers in the 500 acres of land in less than a day. Hello everyone, the melon seeds will be harvested before midnight tonight. In addition, the melon seeds for lunch today have been transported to the Sahara melon seed factory. The melon seeds are now dried in the sunflower trays, and they can be scalded after a little drying. Therefore, a bunch of melon seeds can be processed tomorrow at the latest, and they can be sold the day after tomorrow after packaging. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, a group of fans were very excited to hear that they could buy them the day after tomorrow. Yes, melon seeds that can grow in the desert are very attractive in themselves. Global notice, there is still time now. Can the anchor take us to see your melon seed processing factory? We have never seen a melon seed processing factory before. Lead Atoll. Yes, no one has ever broadcast the production of melon seeds live. Clean window, take us to see it quickly. Let everyone see whether your processing factory is hygienic or not. If it is hygienic, we will definitely support you. A group of people wanted to see the processing factory. Jiang Chen thought about it and realized that there was enough time. In addition, the melon seed factory was right next to the almond factory, so it was a good opportunity to promote almonds instantly. So Jiang Chen nodded and said, okay, since everyone wants to see the melon seed factory, how about we do a surprise inspection? I also want to see the production environment of the Sahara melon seed factory. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and soon his live broadcast room became lively. We are always the champions. The boss personally conducted a surprise inspection, which is really cool. Come on, mountain crossing team, be careful. Don't smash your own signboard. Swordfinger team, the boss personally performed the smashing of the signboard. Hahaha. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 291 Miracle Medicine. The car drove to the Mojiang development zone, and trucks carrying melon seeds drove towards the melon seed factory one after another. Jiang Chen's melon seed factory is very large. It was built not long after the melon seeds were planted. Moreover, all the equipment in the melon seed factory is newly added, and even the workers are masters recruited from all over the country. The melon seed factory is in front. My melon seed factory covers an area of more than 10 acres. The melon seed factory was just built not long ago, and the equipment inside is all brand new. Jiang Chen said as he pointed the camera at the gate of the melon seed factory. The gate of the melon seed factory was built very grandly, with a huge stone pillar, and the words Sahara melon seed factory were carved on the pillar. Jing Wuhan, 666. Go in and take a look. Walking into the melon seed factory, there are more than a dozen large warehouses lined up next to the melon seed factory, and trucks are driving towards the warehouses one by one. This is a warehouse. Everyone follow me to take a look. Jiang Chen pointed the camera at the warehouse. The warehouse with the door open was already piled up with mountains of melon seeds. Owl. Oh my gosh, do you need someone to see the warehouse? I will help you watch the warehouse for free. Doghead Daikyu, you are the most dangerous rat in the warehouse. Kung Fu Kitten, the warehouse is indeed very clean, with cement floors, walls, and ventilation. You can see that the workers are all wearing clean rubber shoes. Health Bureau, it is very clean, just like Cha-Cha melon seeds. Then Jiang Chen led everyone to visit the workshop for frying melon seeds. The workshop is semi-mechanized, but the big pot for frying is frying by more than a dozen masters. King of Comedy, why are they still frying manually? Now several melon seed factories in China are frying by machines, right? Big eyebrows, yes, machines fry quickly, but the taste is definitely not as good as those frying by humans. After all, only such masters can grasp the heat and other things to the extreme. Maoli QC, yes, the cost of frying by humans is high, but it is indeed delicious. This is called craftsmanship. There are very few factories like this now. Yes, Big Eyebrow is right. We were going to use a machine to make them, but we want to give our customers the ultimate delicacy, so we pursue every detail. Therefore, every melon seed in our Sahara is made by hand. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and then he took his mobile phone to live broadcast the drying workshop, and then walked into the packaging factory. The packaging car is fully mechanical. When the melon seeds come in, it will automatically screen out the shriveled melon seeds and then transport the mature melon seeds to the weighing. On the weighing car, the machine will automatically weigh, and then the melon seeds will be sorted into the bagging workshop. After the bagging workshop is packaged, the melon seeds are transported to the box packaging workshop. After the box packaging is completed, the boxes of melon seeds can be shipped to various places for sale. After the live broadcast of the melon seed manufacturing, the popularity of Jiang Chen's live broadcast room has exceeded 60 million. At the request of fans, Jiang Chen opened a bag of melon seeds and began to taste them. He tasted the milky melon seeds, and the milky fragrance came to him as soon as the melon seeds were opened. Wow, what a fragrant milky smell. The milk used in these milky melon seeds is all authentic milk from the Sahara grassland, pure natural milk, without any additives. Sure enough, the melon seeds are so fragrant. Jiang Chen cracked a melon seed while talking. The melon seed was very big, and the melon kernel inside was also very plump. Jiang Chen put it in his mouth, and the milky fragrance mixed with the crispness of the melon seeds directly hit his taste buds, which made Jiang Chen explode instantly. Oh my god, it's so delicious. There is a feeling of sunshine in the melon seeds, and it is crisp and fragrant when chewed. After eating, there is still a trace of milky fragrance lingering in the mouth. Jiang Chen is not a shill. These melon seeds are really delicious beyond his expectation. Calculation master, I'm drooling just looking at it. Sahara's apricots are delicious. Sahara's purified water is delicious, and these Sahara melon seeds must be delicious too. I can't help but buy them. Crayon Shinchan, how much is a bag? Anchor, please tell me the price. Hehagway, it seems that they are sold in boxes, and it is also very good to keep them as gifts. Frozen dog, indeed, this box looks better than apricots. However, this box must be very expensive. Speaking of price, Jiang Chen decided it was time to announce it. The cost of melon seeds is very high, including transportation, processing, and planting. Everyone knows that it is difficult to grow a grass in the desert, let alone a sunflower. Therefore, Sahara melon seeds must be more expensive than ordinary melon seeds. As you can see, this generation of melon seeds is 260 G, and this bag is 50 yuan. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, a group of fans started talking about it. Song Yai, 51 bags are not expensive. Cha-cha is 10 yuan a bag. Gallon's big sword, yes. It is indeed not easy to grow sunflowers in the death desert, and the sunflowers in the desert are sunny and delicious. So, I think 51 bags are very reasonable. By the way, how much is this box? I will buy it for my wife to try tomorrow. She likes to eat melon seeds the most. Gates fans, I will buy a box too. Now as long as it is healthy food, who cares about 30 or 50 yuan? Northern Song Dynasty Prodigal Son, how much is a box? The company is celebrating its 7th anniversary and is preparing to buy dozens of boxes for a lucky draw. A group of people asked about the price, and Jiang Chen hurriedly introduced. This box has 20 bags, a total of 1,000 yuan. 1,000 yuan for a box of melon seeds is indeed expensive for others, but considering the Sahara brand, this is indeed the cheapest of Sahara's many products. Merita, 1,000 yuan a box. 3 days salary. Okay, then buy a box. The one I love, I'll get a box too, for myself. Lord Wang, come and support, get a box. As expected by Jiang Chen, his melon seeds are indeed very popular. Of course, the most important thing is that they are cheap. Jiang Chen looked at the time. Night fell, so it was time to promote his almonds. Today I live broadcast the picking and production of melon seeds for everyone, and I happen to be in Mojiang Development Zone, so I will take everyone to see the almond factory. Our Sahara almonds are also processed and sold. By the way, are there any kids preparing for the college entrance examination in the group? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, when they heard that Jiang Chen's almonds were also on sale, a group of parents left messages. Sun Khan's mother, are almonds on sale? My daughter is deficient in calcium and iron. The doctor said she is also lacking in many vitamins. I'm preparing to buy some almonds to supplement her. Zyokene, can almonds supplement vitamins? Zyanabake, let me give you some popular science. Almonds contain calcium, phosphorus, iron, selenium and other mineral elements and vitamins such as vitamin E, vitamin B1, vitamin B2, vitamin B5, vitamin C, etc. Therefore, eating more almonds can definitely supplement vitamins, especially Sahara almonds. Their almond trees are all century-old trees, with few fruits, sufficient sunlight, and more vitamins. Zyokene, I learned a lot today. Lazini and Kingby, Anchor, my son is in the 3rd year of high school, and uses his brain a lot. I'm preparing to supplement his brain. I heard that almonds can supplement the brain and improve intelligence. I immediately thought of your Sahara almonds. Can I buy them now? Is it expensive? Yang, I have to buy them, no matter how expensive they are. The health supplements my daughter takes every day cost thousands of yuan a month. The key is that she has vomited after eating them. If I can buy almonds, I will definitely want to use natural things to supplement her brain. The boss is not young anymore. Yes, Sahara's almonds are really good. Today I went to Sahara hospital for a checkup. I had a cough and was usually short of breath. They actually prescribed me a few bags of almonds. What's even more strange is that the effect was very good after I took it. Pingcha and Luoma, oh my god, there are too many people here today. You guys are saying that an almond is a miracle drug that can cure all diseases. Chapter 292, Development of Kai and Laotian Scenic Area. Some people said that Jiang Chen asked for favors. Jiang Chen laughed. He was so busy every day. How could he have the time to ask for favors? Let me briefly tell you about the effects of almonds. Almonds have good medicinal value, such as antitussive, anti-asthmatic, enhancing human immunity, delaying aging, regulating blood lipids, nourishing the brain and improving intelligence. The content of amygdalin, which has multiple pharmacological effects, in bitter almonds is 5.5%. Modern medicine believes that amygdalin has the effect of inhibiting and killing cancer cells. At present, almonds are widely used in food, cosmetics, and medicine. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, many of his fans left messages. Big Tiger, I learned something. This thing can also enhance human immunity. I think children should eat more. After all, it is pure natural and better than chemical health products. Cat brother, it can delay aging. This lady can also eat it. Eat 2 from time to time. Who doesn't want to delay aging? Shangjing Medical Center, yes, almonds contain amygdalin, which can indeed kill cancer cells. However, the content of apricots is very low now. If the content of Sahara's apricots can be high, it will definitely benefit patients in the future. The benefits of almonds are enjoyed by people of all ages. Children can enhance their immunity, older children can nourish their brains and improve their intelligence, women can delay aging, and cancer patients can kill cancer cells. Moreover, it can relieve cough and asthma, so this thing should be very popular. Indeed, I won't say much about the benefits of almonds. Sahara almonds are from a century-old almond tree. There is sunshine 365 days a year. The fruits under the blue sky and white clouds are definitely better than domestic apricots. Therefore, I suggest that everyone go to Sahara shop to buy them. The price of almonds is also cheap now. A bag of almonds has 10 almonds, and it costs 20 yuan. A box of almonds has 50 bags, and it costs 1000 yuan. It is just right to buy and eat with melon seeds, and life will be prosperous. After Jiang Chen said the price, a group of fans were happy. Catfishing. 20 yuan a bag. This is too cheap. And it is authentic death dessert product. No more words. Rush to Sahara shop immediately. Longevity guest, 1 box costs 1000. Not expensive. Buy a box for the children to nourish their brains, and buy another box of melon seeds for ourselves. Long to trade. Buy a few boxes as company benefits. Waves, you must support it. Donglyuk, if I buy both, is there any discount? In the past, you always had discounts when you sold things on live broadcast. Banners Night Beauty, that's right, there were discounts in the past, and we want discounts too. A group of fans wanted to take advantage of the discounts. Jiang Chen nodded. That's right, if he could sell this batch of melon seeds and almonds, he would make a lot of money. Especially almonds. Almonds can be processed into 13.8 million boxes. 1 box of 1000, that's 13.8 billion. This money is enough for him to carry out the next wave of construction. There must be discounts. Now the time is almost up. I'll draw a lottery first. Today, 1,000 lucky prizes will be drawn. If the lucky prize winners buy a box of Sahara melon seeds and almonds, they will get a box of Shakwan water worth 1,200 yuan. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the fans were very excited. After all, a box of melon seeds and a box of almonds is only 2,000 yuan, and this is a box of Shakwan water, which is too cool. Pure friendship, great. Let's draw the prize quickly. I can't help it. Let's draw the prize quickly. When a group of people were shouting for the prize draw, Jiang Chen looked at the live broadcast room. At this moment, the popularity of his live broadcast room has reached more than 80 million, which means that 8 million people have watched his live broadcast online. With this wave of advertising, his almonds will definitely be sold out. So, it's time to pay some advertising fees. Okay, draw the prize, Jiang Chen said, and clicked on the prize draw page. Soon, 1,000 lucky winners appeared. The winners were extremely happy, and those who didn't win the prize felt uncomfortable. They shouted to Jiang Chen to draw again. If this draw continued, it would take until dawn. So Jiang Chen prepared to give everyone some benefits, and deal with the sand spring water accumulated in various places. The lucky draw can't be held anymore. Since everyone wants to buy, I'll do a big benefit. As long as you buy almonds and melon seeds, add 500 yuan, and you can get a box of Shakwan water worth 1,200 yuan for free, Jiang Chen said, and a group of fans dispersed contentedly. Late at night, after getting Sahara almonds and melon seeds, Jiang Chen could finally have a good sleep. September always passes quickly. In the middle of September, the Kayan-Lei Ocean Villa area in Mojiang New District has been under construction in full swing, and the land that Jiang Chen got in Yunnan New District has also started construction. When the villa developed by ZHU's group in Kayan-Lei Ocean was about to start construction, something that made them collapse soon appeared. ZHU Moran, deputy manager of ZHU's real estate, couldn't find a construction company willing to take over their house construction. ZHU Moran went to find ZHU Haozi, who had returned to Shangjing at this moment. Hearing that no construction company in Yi City or even Xin province was willing to take over their project, ZHU Haozi was also angry. He went directly from Shangjing to find a construction company. After the construction company arrived, they were upset that they couldn't buy concrete and bricks in Yi City. If they wanted to build, they had to transport them from Gan province. The most important thing was that Gan province also bought cement and gravel from Sahara. So the construction company ran away the day after it arrived. After the construction company ran away, ZHU Moran called ZHU Haozi again. After ZHU Haozi found out the reason, he was so angry that his lungs were about to explode. You know, if Sahara Cement didn't sell it to him, his house construction cost would have to increase by more than 10 times. And more importantly, cement and concrete are transported from Gan province for a long distance and the freight is extremely high. The most important thing is that you can't buy it. General manager, what should we do? This Sahara building materials company is actually Jiang Chen's company. We have offended him now and can't buy concrete at all. Without concrete, we can't build a house. After ZHU Moran finished speaking, ZHU Haozi on the phone gritted his teeth and said, he is so cruel. Do you think I will give up like this? Buy from other real estate projects at a higher price. I have tried it, but it doesn't work. They won't sell to us. We have doubled the price of cement and they won't sell it. It must be Jiang Chen's doing. Forget it. What if we don't use his cement? You go to Ning province and transport cement and gravel from Ning province. After ZHU Haozi finished speaking, ZHU Moran sighed. This is the only way now. However, if cement and gravel are transported from Ning province, the price is really high. The cement in Yi City is 650 per ton, and now the cement in Ning province has risen to 800 per ton. You can't buy it without connections. The price of gravel has increased even more. The price of gravel in Yi City is 520 per ton, and in Ning province it has risen to 780 per ton. The price is expensive, not to mention that Ning province is 108,000 miles away from Yi City. The transportation and tolls of cement and stone are a huge sum of money. When they are transported to Yi City, they have to be made into concrete again, which is another expense. Moreover, the concrete plant pollutes the environment, and Yi City does not approve this project at all, so you can only transport concrete from Ning Province. Transporting concrete from such a far place like Ning Province, I'm afraid that the concrete will be dry when it arrives in Yi City. ZHU Haosi started to build the villa with difficulty. When Lysis heard that Sahara Building Materials Company cut off ZHU Haos his concrete supply, Lysis knew that this was a waste of his Li family's investment. Even if Jiang Chen continued to invest in ZHU's real estate, he could not make much money because of the high land price in ancient times, not to mention that Jiang Chen cut off his retreat. Regarding the revival of the Li family, Lysis put down his status and wanted to ask Jiang Chen, but ZHU Haosi told him that if he dared to bow to Jiang Chen, then he would make his Li family unable to survive in Shangjing. Chapter 293, Magical Power Station Seed. Lysis began to regret following ZHU Haosi to wade into the muddy waters of Yi City. He also began to regret why he had to get close to the ZHU family. Shouldn't their family really change their mindset? But will Jiang Chen pay attention to him? At the end of September, the poppy flowers withered, and Jiang Chen's poppy scenic spot was going to be closed. Guan Ku and Li Jianzhao found Jiang Chen, and they were going to discuss the opening of a new scenic spot in the president's office of Sahara Group. After the meeting began, Chen Jianzhao took the lead in introducing the tourism situation in September. Brother Jiang, there were a lot of tourists in our scenic spot in September, an average of 9,000 people a day. Now at the end of the month, we have counted that we have recovered nearly 4/5 of the tourist cards that we sold with roses. It is estimated that after October, our Bermuda scenic spot will officially start to make a profit. When the scenic spot is profitable, there will be nearly 7,000 to 8,000 tourists every day, and each ticket will cost 5,000 yuan. The ticket revenue alone can reach 30 to 40 million yuan a day. By then, the Sahara Scenic Spot Group alone can support the entire Sahara Group. Very good. As long as he has money, he can repay his loan. It's true that we can make money, but we don't have enough scenic spots. In the past, our scenic spots cost 5,000 yuan for 2 days, and there were 5 scenic spots in total. But now the Rose Sea Scenic Spot has stopped, the Apricot Sea Scenic Spot has stopped, the Sunflower Garden Scenic Spot has stopped, and the Poppy Scenic Spot has also stopped. There are fewer and fewer scenic spots, and the number of tourists is decreasing sharply every day. After Li Jianzhao finished speaking, he also calculated the remaining scenic spots in Sahara. The Sahara Scenic Spot is divided into 2 scenic spots, the Bermuda Scenic Spot and the Grassland Ranch Scenic Spot. There are only 3 scenic spots left in the Bermuda Scenic Spot, namely Guanyin Mountain, Bermuda Lawn and Crescent Bay Scenic Spot. The 3 scenic spots can't even last for 2 days. In addition, the Grassland Ranch Scenic Spot is a separate scenic spot, which is under the jurisdiction of the Sahara Livestock Group. The ticket price for this scenic spot is also 5,000 yuan, and the tour lasts for 2 days. The scenic spots at the Grassland Ranch are barely enough. Tourists can see the grassland in the sunset at the Grassland Ranch, swim in the Plain River in summer, see cows and sheep, and stay in a yurt at night to see the starry sky on the grassland. Therefore, most tourists now choose to go to the Grassland Ranch Scenic Area. The number of tourists in the Bermuda Scenic Area has dropped sharply from tens of thousands of tourists per day to less than 1,000 people now. The Grassland Scenic Area can now carry the banner of the Sahara Scenic Area Group. But it would be a pity to waste such a large scenic area in Bermuda. More importantly, after the arrival of autumn, the grass on the grassland will turn yellow and die. By then, both scenic areas will be gone, and the Sahara Scenic Area Group will enter a cold winter. When the scenic area enters a cold winter, related industries will also be affected. We must make the Bermuda Scenic Area come alive again, Jiang Chen said, and the two nodded. It happened that the lavender in the north of the Bermuda Scenic Area was blooming, and now is a good time to enjoy the scenery. So after discussion, Jiang Chen decided to open the Lavender Scenic Area. After the Lavender Scenic Area was opened, Chen Jianzhao rearranged the order. On the first day of the tourists' arrival, they would visit the Lavender Scenic Area. After visiting the lavender scenic area, they would visit the Taurus scenic area in the afternoon, and then watch the sunset at the Bermuda lawn scenic area in the evening. After dawn on the second day, they organized to climb Guanyin Mountain. After climbing Guanyin Mountain, they went directly to the Crescent Bay scenic area to play sand sliding, barbecue, and also to see the oasis and lakes of Crescent Bay. After the implementation of the new scenic area plan, the supervisor urged them to be busy. Jiang Chen was just about to go to the watermelon garden scenic area to see the watermelons, when suddenly there was a ding-dong sound, and his phone rang again. Jiang Chen took out his phone, and it was a message from the farming app. System prompt: congratulations to the player for breaking through 200,000 tourists. The player will get a brand new seed. Oh my god, system. Last time, you said that you would give the new seeds at 20,000. Why did you delay it until 200,000? Can you be a little more trustworthy? If I didn't have money, I would definitely scold you. Jiang Chen clicked on the seed column as he spoke. This time the system gave him generous seeds, and actually gave him building material seeds. You know, as long as it's a building material seed, it doesn't matter. Since I gave you the building material seeds, I'll reluctantly forgive you. Jiang Chen said as he clicked on the building material mall, and then clicked on the seed grid. This new seed was a little unexpected. Jiang Chen thought it was a building seed, but it wasn't. In the seed grid lay a dark panel, and inside the panel were small squares. What is this? Jiang Chen said as he clicked on the seed introduction, and the system quickly introduced it. Seed introduction, desert solar power station seed. This seed can generate electricity by absorbing the sun's rays. A power station can generate 2.4 million degrees of electricity per day. Oh my god, 2.4 million degrees of electricity per day. Wouldn't it be enough to supply a city that's not too big? With such a power station, the electricity for my entire scenic area will be settled. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen hurriedly clicked to check the price. You know, he has no money now, so the price can't be too expensive. Price reminder: the desert solar power station uses the Star Alliance patent, so the price is extremely high. A solar power station covers an area of 100 acres and costs 450 million yuan per station. Friendly reminder: this power station has been used for a long time, and will not break down for 200 years. 450 million. It's really not cheap. But considering that this power station can generate so much electricity every day with only 100 acres, it is not much. Besides, this is electricity generated by clean energy, which is very environmentally friendly. It's time to build a power station. With a power station, many companies can move to the scenic area to work in the future. Moreover, with electricity, he can build a community and then sell houses to make a lot of money. When it comes to building a power station, the first thing to do is to solve the problem of money. Now the profitable companies of Sahara Group are subsidizing those unprofitable companies, so it is difficult to get money. However, Jiang Chen is going to visit Wangpangzi. You know, Wangpangzi's grassland scenic area is super rich now. Jiang Chen drove for more than half an hour before he arrived at the grassland scenic area. At this moment, the grassland scenic area was open, and there were more than 1,000 vehicles waiting in line outside the scenic area. Is the grassland scenic area so popular? Jiang Chen said, and drove towards the sanatorium. He was going to enter from the south gate of the sanatorium. When he arrived at the sanatorium, there were no vehicles outside the south gate except for a few soldiers. Jiang Chen passed the sanatorium smoothly, and drove into the grassland scenic area. As soon as he entered the scenic area, he saw cars speeding on the grassland avenue. The grassland scenic area is very large, half the size of a county, so tens of thousands of people in it are like scattered sheep, and it doesn't seem crowded at all. After Jiang Chen drove to the Grassland Ranch Scenic Area Management Center, the management center was already full of money transporters. Yes, money transporters. Hello, brother Jiang. There were at least 300 troops outside the management center. They were guarding outside the management center with live ammunition. In addition, there were 2 tanks parked at the door, and there was a military helicopter in the distance ready to take off at any time. What's going on? What are you doing? Jiang Chen finished speaking, and a squad leader saluted and said, "We are ordered to protect the safety of the vault." After the squad leader finished speaking, several money transport trucks drove over and carried out more than a dozen boxes on the trucks. Is this all money? Chapter 294, Grassland Rat. Jiang Chen was shocked when he saw the money trucks carrying money boxes out non-stop. That's right, what was Fatty Wang doing? Why didn't he store them? Where's Fatty Wang? In the warehouse. Take me there. Yes, sir. The squad leader took Jiang Chen to the military jeep with a submachine gun. After the jeep drove towards the desert, it arrived at a huge tent area in a short while. After the car stopped, there were hundreds of soldiers guarding outside the tent area. Boss Wang is inside. After the squad leader finished speaking, Jiang Chen walked towards the warehouse. When the soldiers at the gate saw that it was Jiang Chen, they hurriedly opened the door of the warehouse. This warehouse was even bigger than a primary school. Jiang Chen was stunned the moment he entered. Oh my god, so much money? What appeared in front of Jiang Chen was simply the bank's vault. The stacks of banknotes were lined up for more than a dozen times. The colorful stacks of banknotes that were more than one person tall were simply too charming. Fatty Wang. At this moment, Fatty Wang was lying on a pile of money and smoking. If the money vault was set on fire, it would be a waste of money. Cough cough. Wouldn't he be burned to death? Fatty Wang on the pile of money was a little decadent, and his beard looked like he hadn't seen the sun for many days. Jiang Chen called him a few times before he reacted. But after finding out that it was Jiang Chen, Fatty Wang still lay on the pile of money like a dead pig that was not afraid of boiling water. Hurry up and put out the fire for me, Jiang Chen said as he snatched the cigarette from his hand and threw it on the ground and stomped it out. Brother Chen, why do you say we are alive? Fatty Wang said as he lay on the pile of money again. Are you looking for a beating? You haven't even graduated from elementary school and you still want to play philosophy with me? Jiang Chen said as he grabbed Fatty Wang's ears and lifted him off the pile of money. Fatty Wang fell to the ground and then limp on the ground like a puddle of mud. Brother Chen, I feel like I have lost my dream. I feel like life is so boring. What does it feel like to get rich suddenly? Surprise? Yes, it was a surprise. Fatty Wang slept on the pile of money every day. He couldn't sleep every day because of the surprise. After all, he would never dare to imagine that he would have so much money. But what happened after the surprise? Fatty Wang suddenly found that he had no goal to strive for. He didn't go out to release ducks and didn't want to care about the cattle and sheep. With money and endless money, Fatty Wang became confused. Looking at Fatty Wang with lifeless eyes, Jiang Chen suddenly realized that this was a very serious problem. Fatty Wang, cheer up. This little money is nothing. It's not enough for me to plant a piece of Greenland. People still have to have dreams when they live. Don't you look forward to letting the village chief Zhen Yaoqian be your dog every day? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Fatty Wang lay on the ground and sighed. Zhen Yaoqian. Woof woof woof. Jiang Chen heard the barking of a dog. Soon, a man in his 40s wearing a rural shaman style crawled over, barking while crawling. Looking at that familiar figure, Jiang Chen simply, oh my god, Fatty Wang, you are really village chief. Get up. Fatty Wang, you are going too far. Although Zhen Yaoqian bullies them every day, he is their elder after all. Bang. Fatty Wang took out a stack of money from his pocket and threw it over. Zhen Yaoqian pounced on him like a dog, barking as he pounced. Get up. Village chief Zhen, get up quickly. Oh, life is so boring. Fatty Wang got up after saying that. Looking at Fatty Wang who was numbed by money, Jiang Chen knew that he had to find something for him to do, otherwise he would be ruined. Mr. Jiang, as soon as I saw you, I knew you would be successful. That's why I sold all the cows in my family, just to build your thatched house passed down from your ancestors into a small brick house. Zhen Yaoqian handed Jiang Chen a cigarette while speaking. Jiang Chen waved his hand and said, if you don't smoke, would you be so kind? It's rare that you have a conscience. Bullshit. He has no conscience at all. He demolished your thatched house to build a house for his son to get married. After Fatty Wang finished speaking, Jiang Chen really wanted to take off his shoes and smash this bastard to death. You know, that was the only wish his grandfather left him. However, since it was sold, then just sell it. Who made him poor at that time? Forget it. Forget it. I won't go back to that crappy place. Fatty Wang, don't forget to burn some paper for my grandma when you go back this time and tell her that her grandson has become rich, but he hasn't forgotten the villagers, even though the villagers didn't treat our Jiang family well. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Fatty Wang nodded and said, okay, by the way, brother Jiang, do you want to burn down the thatched house of that bastard who always bullies your family? Goodbye, let him live alone in there forever. After Jiang Chen sent Fatty Wang away, he decided to help him to the end. Since Fatty Wang has lost his life goals because of his wealth, the only way to cure him is to transfer his money away. So thinking of this, Jiang Chen directly called the president of the Yishi branch of Guaki Bank. After night fell, more than a dozen large trucks drove into the Sahara grassland ranch under the protection of more than a dozen military vehicles. After they arrived, 200 or 300 bank workers began to count money. Jiang Chen walked outside the warehouse. He looked at the starry sky and sighed. Hey, when I had no money, I thought about counting money until my hands cramped. Now I think counting money is really painful. It seems that Sahara should upgrade to electronic payment. However, when it comes to electronic payment, the Bermuda Scenic Area can implement it. After all, the Bermuda Scenic Area does not allow self-driving tours. All tourists must buy tickets at the border of Mojiang to enter. But the grassland scenic area is different. They all drive directly to the grassland gate, and there is no signal in the Sahara Desert, so there is no way to make electronic payments. Jiang Chen also tried to let domestic telecommunications companies enter the Sahara scenic area, but no matter how they built base stations, they could not transmit signals, and finally had to fail. The money counting activity continued until noon the next day. Finally, after the efforts of more than 200 people, and with the help of more than a dozen banknote detectors that burned out, Guaki Bank finally counted the total amount of money in the warehouse. What Jiang Chen didn't expect was that in more than a month, Wang Panzi, the big rat, actually earned 1.825 billion, an average of 60 million a day. This guy is the one who makes the most money in Sahara. But Jiang Chen calculated it. It was not bad. Chapter 295 Centennial Wind Power Group. Nowadays, the Grassland Scenic Area and the Bermuda Scenic Area belong to two different groups. The Bermuda Scenic Area belongs to the Sahara Scenic Area Management Group, and the Grassland Scenic Area belongs to the Sahara Livestock Group. Therefore, the tourist card bundled with roses cannot be used in the Grassland Scenic Area. Therefore, tourists in the Grassland Scenic Area pay in full. There are 7,000 to 8,000 people coming to play every day. The ticket revenue alone is nearly 40 million yuan a day. What's more, tourists have to stay in yurt tents at night, which is another income. Not only that, the livestock group also has so many gas stations under its jurisdiction. Gas stations are the biggest source of money. When these self-driving cars leave, which one doesn't fill up? Although the oil is cheap, more than 3 yuan per liter, but his capital is only more than 2 yuan. One boss Jiang. The money has been counted. Okay, take it all away. Deposit it in my account. By the way, you can set up a deposit point directly at the entrance of the grassland in the future, and give it to you directly after collecting the tickets. Jiang Chen did this, not for the money of the Wang Panzi scenic area. He mainly wanted to cure Wang Panzi's disease. Only the closest friends would help him without any reservation. Jiang Chen was moved just thinking about it. After getting the money, Jiang Chen drove his car to study his power station. The construction of the power station could not be delayed. If Fatty Wang came back, the money would be taken back. Where should it be built? Let me think about where electricity is most needed. The early summer sun was a bit strong. Jiang Chen sat on the grass and opened the map. He began to study. There are many things to pay attention to when choosing a location for a power station. First of all, there must be enough sunshine here. Secondly, it can supply electricity to the places that need it most. After thinking about it, Jiang Chen decided to build this power station between Mojiang Free Trade Zone, Development Zone and Renewable Energy Company. This power station can barely supply the needs of the Free Trade Zone, Development Zone, Mojiang New District and Yunnan New District. If the Bermuda Scenic Area and Grassland Ranch Scenic Area are added, it will be stretched. After making a plan, Jiang Chen drove directly to the border. His power station was chosen between Highway 1 and Highway 2, on the west side of the Sahara parking lot, and on the east side of the cement plant and the gravel plant. After building a power station here, it can also take care of the large area between Highway 1 and Highway 2. Okay, let's start construction, Jiang Chen said, and he clicked on the desert farming app. After clicking on the app, Jiang Chen clicked on the seeds of the desert power station. After clicking on the seeds, he chose to plant with one click. After a golden light landed, a power station covering an area of 100 acres soon appeared in front of Jiang Chen. This power station is square, with a wall, and the special wall is wrapped with electric grids. Jiang Chen drove to the main gate. The main gate is very large. There is a plaque at the main gate, made of special materials. There are a few words on the plaque. Sahara Power Plant. These words were written by Jiang Chen with his mobile phone when he planted with one click. Unexpectedly, it became a house number after being planted. What a spectacular sight. Walking into the power plant, there was a large area of solar panels in the middle of the 100-acre power station. Jiang Chen estimated that the solar panels covered at least 30 acres. This solar panel is different from the solar panels in China. It is smaller and more delicate. The dark solar panel has a stronger ability to absorb light and has less loss when converted into electricity. Isn't this the solar panel on the roof of the wooden house town? The ability of this solar panel to generate electricity is amazing. In addition to the super high-tech solar panels, this power station has another peculiar thing. That is, there are dozens of huge wind power stations in the north of the power station. Jiang Chen raised his hand. The wind was very strong, and the windmills of the wind power station whirred. As they turned, Jiang Chen could actually see the colorful light on the blades. 6. This can be seen as a night view at night. Oh no, I'm afraid that drones or something will hit it at night. In addition to photovoltaic power generation and wind turbine power generation, the power station is followed by rows of control rooms. The various buttons, screens, and data in the control room are very professional, and Jiang Chen can't understand. It seems that we must find a professional to manage it. In addition to the rows of control rooms, there is also a building next to the gate of the power plant. The building is 9 stories high, which is very conspicuous in the desert. This building is the office area of the power plant. In addition to the office area, there are several rows of 6-story apartment buildings at the northernmost end of the power plant. There are also canteens and toilets next to the apartment buildings. Looking at such a fully equipped power station, Jiang Chen no longer thinks it is expensive. After all, it costs 450 million to build such a super safe and environmentally friendly power station in the desert, and it also comes with accommodation buildings and canteens. It can only be so cheap. Okay, the electricity from this gas station is enough for the Bondin area, Mojiang New District, Development Zone and Yinan New District. By the way, it is also enough for the Renewable Energy Group and the Stone Factory. Jiang Chen now has to build a power station. After all, his Bermuda Scenic Area, Grassland Scenic Area and Wooden House Town still need electricity. The choice of the second gas station made Jiang Chen embarrassed. After all, where this power station will be used in the future will determine whether the scenic area will develop eastward or westward. Build it eastward. I'm a man who wants to go deep into the desert. From now on, my scenic area will always be built deep in the desert. I want to destroy the entire Sahara Desert. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen drove directly towards the desert. He built a power station on the eastern border of the grassland scenic area. The grassland is windy and sunny. The power generated by this power station will definitely be much more than that of the development zone. At that time, it will not be a problem to supply a city in the desert. After planting the power plant on the grassland, Jiang Chen only had 925 million yuan left in his pocket, but this money was enough for him to do many things. At the end of September, with the opening of the Bermuda Lavender Scenic Area, thousands of acres of lavender attracted countless tourists. Coupled with the charming European town, the Lavender Manor Scenic Area soon became a hot scenic spot in China. As a result, the Bermuda Scenic Area was also revitalized. With the revitalization of the Bermuda Scenic Area, the number of tourists in the Bermuda Scenic Area also increased day by day. By the end of September, the number of new tourists in the Bermuda scenic area had reached more than 7,000 people per day. According to Chen Jian's estimate, by the end of October, the Bermuda scenic area will be able to make a profit. In early October, Jiang Chen established the Sahara Power Group in the Mojiang Desert. The power group began to enter a large-scale construction mode. Jiang Chen planned to lead the power supply of the Sahara Power Group to the Wooden House Town, the Bermuda scenic area and the Grassland scenic area before the arrival of winter. At the same time, the power plant in the development zone should also be connected to the factories controlled by Jiang Chen, such as the Mojiang Development Zone, Mojiang Free Trade Zone, and Mojiang New District. Let's not talk about the establishment of Sahara Power Group. October is a big day for Xinmei, because they will face ZHU Chang's Sunshine Travel Agency. Xinmei Travel Agency is about to go public, and Jiang Chen made an important decision. He first transferred Wang Can, the general manager of Xinmei Travel Agency, to the position of general manager of Sahara Power Group, and then held a press conference in Shanghai. Chapter 296 A Dark Horse. The new headquarters of Shanghai Xinmei Travel Agency has been renovated. The headquarters building is located in the best financial district in Shanghai, where most of the listed companies in Shanghai are gathered. A month ago, Xinmei Travel Agency moved here from Wuxi and then made the final preparations for listing here. There were many reporters at the press conference because a few days ago, Yiluyang Wang Travel Agency had already created momentum online, and at the same time as Jiang Chen held a press conference, Yiluyang Wang Travel Agency also held a press conference in Shangjing. The two travel agencies held press conferences at the same time, and Jiang Chen and ZHU Chang didn't get along well, so the reporters smelled the hot topic of the news. Now I announce that the Shanghai headquarters of Xinmei Travel Agency has been put into use. In the future, our Xinmei Travel Agency will rely on the resources of Shanghai and move towards a new future. After the deputy general manager of Xinmei Travel Agency finished speaking, a group of reporters asked questions. Hello, is your move to Shanghai to prepare for the next listing? Nonsense. If it weren't for the listing, we would move all the way here. Jiang Chen suspected that these people were crazy. No, we moved our headquarters from Urumqi to here in order to better serve tourists from the eastern region. Excuse me, did you choose to hold the press conference today to challenge Yiluyang Wang? No, they are not worthy yet. The deputy general manager did not speak. Jiang Chen spoke first. That's right, if they don't make some explosive news now, wouldn't these people come here in vain? As soon as Jiang Chen finished speaking, a group of reporters stood up and asked questions. Hello everyone, I'm a reporter from Southern News. Today, a Ray of Sunshine Travel Agency and New America Travel Agency held press conferences on the same day. Everyone knows that a Ray of Sunshine Travel Agency has just swallowed up Zheohu Travel Agency, and it seems to be unifying the industry, but New America Travel Agency is indeed a dark horse. Now let's take a look at the reports from the front line. Excuse me, you said that a Ray of Sunshine Travel Agency is not worthy of challenging your New America Travel Agency. Where do you get your confidence from? How many tourists does New America Travel Agency receive every day? I heard that you dismissed the general manager of New America Travel Agency. Is it because of his successive defeats in the domestic market? How many domestic markets will the new general manager of New America Travel Agency lead the team to open up? Just got news from Beijing. The boss of a Ray of Sunshine Travel Agency, ZHU Chang, bluntly said that he will beat you so hard that you can't get up. Do you have anything to say to him? A group of reporters pointed the microphone at Jiang Chen as they spoke. When Jiang Chen opened his mouth, someone even poked the microphone into his mouth. Stay away. Several security guards came up and pulled a group of people back. Jiang Chen saw the guy who put the microphone in his mouth. This guy's work badge read, Guan Guan talks about education, a self-media. Jiang Chen knew this guy. He published news about Hey Teacher on Tencent News every day. This guy was obviously here to cause trouble, so in the chaotic crowd, Jiang Chen did not forget to kick him a few times. Okay, be quiet, I will answer your questions one by one. Also, I tell you, you are all journalists. No matter who it is, you can't hit people. You guys take him out to see a doctor. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Guan Heli Education hadn't reacted yet, and several security guards went up and took him away. After the crowd quieted down, Jiang Chen sat back on the press conference. First of all, I want to say that the general manager of Xinmui Travel Agency is just a normal job transfer, which has nothing to do with opening up the inland tourism market. Then where is he transferred to? A reporter said, and it was obvious that they didn't believe Jiang Chen would be so kind. Okay, since all of you media friends want to know so much, I'll take this opportunity to advertise. I have established an electric power group in the Mojiang Desert. We currently have 2 power stations, which can generate 4.8 million kilowatt hours of electricity every day. My senior brother Wang Can is a doctoral student in electric power, so I let him be the general manager of Sahara Power Group. May I ask if my transfer is reasonable? Then who will take over as the new general manager of Xinmui Travel Agency? I think everyone is familiar with this person. Well, it's time to invite the new general manager to speak to everyone. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he stood up and waved to the backstage. Soon a man came out from behind the stage. He was a little thin and looked like he had just recovered not long ago, but he was full of fighting spirit in a tight suit. Hello everyone, I'm Rendong Sheng, the founder of the former Ray of Sunshine Travel Agency. I'm very grateful to Mr. Jiang for giving me this opportunity to take over Xinmui Travel Agency. Xinmui Travel Agency is a young and energetic travel agency. I believe that under the leadership of my team, Xinmui Travel Agency will return to the forefront of the travel industry. Rendong Sheng walked to the podium and finished speaking, and a group of reporters became agitated. Jiang Chen opened Migu News and refreshed it. During the gap between Rendong Sheng's speech, more than a dozen news items were released. Daily highlights. Rendong Sheng took over as the general manager of Xinmui Travel Agency. Can the former tourism legend make a comeback? Tourism news. Breaking news. The founder of Ray of Sunshine Travel Agency took over Xinmui Travel Agency. How many secrets are there in this? Business Daily. Ray of Sunshine Travel Agency started a buying and buying mode. Through industry mergers and acquisitions, Ray of Sunshine Travel Agency has become the industry leader. However, Xinmui Travel Agency, which relies on the Mojiang scenic area, poached the founder of Ray of Sunshine to challenge ZHU. Will it be ruthlessly crushed, or will it become a dark horse again? Let's see. When Jiang Chen was watching the news, a reporter stood up and asked a question. Manager N, may I ask why you want to transfer a Ray of Sunshine Travel Agency to ZHU's group? It's not convenient for me to answer this question. Why is it inconvenient? Our colleagues also interviewed ZHU Chang of ZHU's group. He said that he could beat you last time and he can beat you this time as well. Do you have anything to say to ZHU Chang? Okay, then I'll tell you the truth. A few years ago, because I couldn't have children, I became addicted to gambling. Just a few months ago, ZHU Chang and others framed me and made me lose a lot of money in Aocheng. I was desperate and had no money in my pocket, so he asked me to mortgage the travel agency and lend me money to make up for my losses. So, I lost the money and couldn't pay him back, so I had to give him the travel agency. Then how can you be the general manager of Xinmui Travel Agency if you have a gambling addiction? After losing the travel agency, I saw through the fickleness of the world. Those blows didn't bring me down, so I stood up again. Here, I want to tell you that I have cured my infertility at Sahara Hospital, and I will have my own child soon. So, the Iron Man I once was is back. And, ZHU Chang, just wait for me. Although you are plotting to harm me, I will get my face back in an upright manner. Chapter 297 Watermelon in the Death Desert. At the press conference of a Ray of Sunshine Travel Agency, when the deputy general manager quietly told ZHU Chang that Rendong Sheng had challenged him, he couldn't help laughing. If it was 2 months ago, ZHU Chang might be afraid of Rendong Sheng, but now he is not the useless ZHU Chang. After several failures, ZHU Chang hired an expert this time. Under the guidance of that expert, ZHU Chang cheated a Ray of Sunshine Travel Agency by lending money, and then acquired several mediocre travel agencies by means of coercion and inducement, monopolizing half of the famous attractions in the country. especially in the past 2 days. They acquired Zheohu Travel Agency, a large travel agency ranked in the top 10 travel agencies, making their strength unmatched for a while. A travel agency that receives less than 10,000 people nationwide every day still wants to fight with us? It's really funny. When it goes public, I will make its stock fall 3 times in a row. At that time, I will buy it directly at the bottom. I don't know how he can challenge me. After Zhu Chang finished speaking in Shanghai, under the interview of reporters, Ren Dongsheng announced the hot news that Xinmui Travel Agency will be listed on October 13th. After Ren Dongsheng finished speaking, the news that just came out completely aroused the enthusiasm of the journalists. There was a hot topic, and the reporters asked many sharp questions one after another. Ren Dongsheng and Jiang Chen answered them one by one. They wanted to have some hot news, and Jiang Chen wanted advertisements, so the two hit it off. After the press conference, at night, at the Shanghai International Hotel, Jiang Chen welcomed Ren Dongsheng. While eating, Jiang Chen took out his mobile phone to check the news. What he didn't expect was that the entire news industry was bad-mouthing him. Business Daily, Xinmui Travel Agency chose to go public in Shanghai on October 13th. At the same time, Yangwang Travel Agency announced that it would hold a press conference on the acquisition of Nanfang Travel Agency on October 13th. Xinmui Travel Agency may not be optimistic on the day of its listing, and its stock will plummet. New travel news. Why did a small travel agency that was on the verge of bankruptcy and stood up again dare to go public on the day of the merger of the top 3 travel agencies in the industry? Is it masochistic? Leo Wang looked at the hot search. Xinmui Travel Agency picks up and drops off tourists every day at most, but only 1,000 people at least, which is less than 1% of Xinmui Travel Agency. What is the reason that Xinmui Travel Agency dares to challenge Yangwang? It seems that not only Jiang Chen saw these news, but also Ren Dongsheng, so the originally good banquet became dull. Brother Jiang, did you see the news? This Zhu Chang must have done it on purpose. Isn't it? He is bullying us, and we can't beat him. He chose the day of our listing to hold a press conference. What does this mean? Brother Jiang, we have to make plans early. Since they are going to confront us, if we are stage frightened, it will only make Xinmui collapse more. After several executives finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded. Everything is a blessing and a curse. Just like this listing, Yangwang Travel Agency, as a leader in the industry, lowered his posture to embarrass himself. Although it seems to suppress himself, if he withstands the pressure, he will be self-defeating and help himself to make a huge advertisement. Well, don't worry, our Xinmui Travel Agency is not worse than them. Although they have more people, their profits are not as big as ours. What's more, we serve high-end people, and our market share in the high-end market has always been the first. Just this good publicity will keep our stocks from falling. Of course, Jiang Chen knew that there were many reasons why people were not optimistic about their Xinmui Travel Agency. Xinmui Travel Agency did not open up mainland attractions, which made Xinmui Travel Agency overly dependent on the Sahara scenic area. Once the Sahara scenic area enters the off-season, Xinmui Travel Agency will not be able to make a profit, so this will be their biggest problem. Well, by the way, I have an old friend. If he can help me, I think we can defeat Zhu Chang in one fell swoop. After thinking for a while, Ren Dongsheng spoke. After Ren Dongsheng finished speaking, Jiang Chen asked a few questions, and the two began to get busy separately. In early October, just after the lavender scenic area brought tourists back, Jiang Chen's watermelons were ripe. Jiang Chen planted a total of 30,000 acres of watermelons. This desert watermelon is also very fruitful, and each watermelon is big and round. Jiang Chen roughly estimated that this acre of watermelon must be nearly 7,000 catties. These 30,000 acres of watermelon must be at least 210 million catties. Now Chinese watermelons have been withdrawn from the market. The watermelons sold in the market are nearly 10 yuan per catty, and they are not very delicious. Off-season fruits are the best fruits, so Jiang Chen's desert watermelons must be at least 20 yuan per catty. At 20 yuan per catty, these 30,000 acres of watermelons can be sold for 4.2 billion. However, these watermelons are not so easy to sell. It's not that they are difficult to sell, but there are too many watermelons. His Bermuda scenic spot has less than 6,000 tourists every day. Even if each of them buys one watermelon they like, and each watermelon weighs 10 catties, it's only 60,000 catties a day. Jiang Chen has 210 million catties of watermelons here. Before the tourists finish eating them, his watermelons will rot. So as soon as Jiang Chen arrived at the scenic spot, Guanku asked him for help. At the Sahara Group headquarters, when Jiang Chen arrived, several senior executives including Guanku had already arrived. After the meeting began, Chen Jianzhao, the director of the Bermuda Scenic Area, first introduced the watermelon harvest and situation to everyone, and everyone began to discuss how to sell watermelons. Speaking of selling watermelons, Leo Lau, deputy general manager of the Grassland Scenic Area, stood up and said, "Our Sahara Livestock Group can help you share the burden. Now our Grassland Scenic Area has more than 8,000 tourists every day, and we can help sell 80,000 kilograms a day. In addition, they can drive away, and each car takes 3 watermelons. There are more than 5,000 cars a day, and we can take away 150,000 kilograms. After Vice President Lau finished speaking, Guanku nodded, but Vice President Lau immediately said, "But when selling watermelons in my scenic area, the price can't be so high. It sells for 21 kilograms in Sahara shop, and at most 18 kilograms here, otherwise they will definitely choose to go home and buy it." After Vice President Lau finished speaking, Chen Jianzhao nodded and said, "Okay, then let's unify it. As long as you get the watermelon in our scenic area, it's 18 per kilogram. If you get the watermelon in Sahara shop, it's more than 2 yuan a kilogram for travel expenses." The watermelon supervisor spoke, and Vice President Lau nodded and said, "The watermelons can be sold for about 15 days. Let's send 2.3 million kilograms to my scenic area later." Vice President Lau is not bragging. If his scenic area starts selling watermelons, it will definitely be a good sell. You should know that it is summer in the Grassland Scenic Area now, and summer is a good time to eat watermelons. Apart from anything else, at the Pingyuan River Scenic Spot, as long as you put the watermelons on display, you will never worry about no tourists buying them. What's more, a watermelon is only 180 yuan. They drove their families across most of China to come here. Who cares about your 180 yuan? 2,300,000 catties is too little. There are many tourists in your Grassland Scenic Area. They definitely eat more than 80,000 catties a day. Moreover, they drove here, and each car must carry at least 4 or 5 watermelons. So, you have to add a little more." After Chen Jianzhao finished speaking, Jiang Chen looked at Vice President Lau. Vice President Lau thought for a while and said, "Okay, let's take 3 million catties." 3 million catties is not enough. There are more than 10,000 herdsmen in your scenic area. They earn tens of thousands of yuan every month. It's time for them to support our construction, right? If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 298 3 million Jin of Watermelon. Chen Jianzhao is very familiar with the Grassland Scenic Area. When the Sahara Scenic Area Management Group was first established, Chen Jianzhao proposed to include the Grassland Scenic Area in the management of the Sahara Scenic Area Management Group, but Fatty Wang said that the Grassland Scenic Area had no income, so it was necessary to rent the Grassland Scenic Area. Later, this matter was brought to Jiang Chen. After all, the income from grassland tourism is very high. The most important thing is that the Grassland Scenic Area can be used for tourism all year round, so the number of tourists is stable, so no one is willing to give up this big piece of meat. Finally, considering that Fatty Wang was the first to follow him, Jiang Chen assigned the Grassland Scenic Area to the management of the Grassland Animal Husbandry Group. But after the milk powder and various meats of the Sahara Animal Husbandry Group are processed and sold to make money, the tourism jurisdiction of the Grassland Scenic Area will be returned to the Scenic Area Management Group. When Chen Jianzhao mentioned the herdsmen, Vice President Lau thought for a while and said, "Okay, then we have a lot of herdsmen, so we will buy some, but we have to pay the employee price, 15 yuan per catty. Okay. Then you can add another 200,000 catties. 2 watermelons per family for the summer is not too much. After the grassland scenic area guaranteed sales of 3.2 million catties, Jiang Chen looked at the Sahara building materials company again. You know, building materials companies are big money makers. Today, building materials companies have done business in Qinghai province and Gansu province, and are constantly infiltrating other provinces. Okay, since Vice President Lau has expressed his position, I can't just sit there and watch. I have more than 1,000 employees, and each employee has 3 watermelons, 30 catties. I'm in charge. In addition, the company will give each person a watermelon, so give me 4,000 watermelons. 4,000 watermelons is 40,000 catties. After Mu Cheng finished speaking, Chen Jianzhao hadn't spoken yet, and the big boss Jiang Chen shook his head. You bring 1 million catties, and all the construction companies that cooperate with us will sell them all watermelons. If they don't buy watermelons, we won't sell them cement. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Mu Cheng nodded with a dark face. 1 million catties of watermelons. It's okay if they taste good, but if they don't taste good, then it's all over. Because as long as you take the watermelons, you have to pay. It's okay if you sell them, but if you can't sell them, you can only solve the problem of the watermelons yourself. Okay, since Brother Jiang has spoken, I'll take 1 million catties. Mu Cheng dared to agree, and there was a reason. Apart from anything else, the entire Yunnan New district uses his concrete. As long as Mu Cheng shows his hand, a construction team buys 5,000 yuan of watermelons. Which of those contractors dares to say no? 5,000 yuan can be 500 catties. There are more than 300 large and small contracting teams in Yunnan New district, which means 150,000 catties have been spent. What's more, the entire new province has entered a major construction stage. Which of these cities, Washi and Keller, is not a big player? And there are also road companies and bridge companies. As long as Mu Cheng assigns as many watermelons as he can assign them all. After Sahara Building Materials Company expressed its position, Mojiang New District Management Group, Shakwan Water Company, Xinmei Travel Agency, etc. all became abnormal. When all the tasks were exposed, only 150 million catties of the 210 million watermelons were left, which was enough for Sahara Management Group and Sahara Shop Group. However, if he wanted Sahara Shop to sell this batch of watermelons, Jiang Chen knew that he had to advertise it. So when the evening came, Jiang Chen started a live broadcast in the Sahara watermelon field. In the evening, the sky of Sahara was full of flaming clouds. The most attractive thing about Jiang Chen's scenic spot was the sunset glow in the evening. At this moment, under the sunset glow, a watermelon field near the main road was full of tourists. The tourists picked the watermelons and carried them to the field to weigh them. After cutting and eating them directly, Jiang Chen couldn't help swallowing his saliva when he saw them enjoying themselves. Hello everyone, I'm Jiang Chen who loves farming. Today I will broadcast a new miracle to you. After opening the live broadcast room, Jiang Chen's popularity rose quickly. During this period, with Li Suwen's end of the live broadcast, he was the only top-level broadcaster on the internet. So as long as he started the live broadcast, those small and medium gods would be very sensible to stop the live broadcast to let the traffic. Lingnan cabin, wow, live broadcast again, it's great. What delicious food will you bring to you this time? Catfishing, cabin, you went to the wrong set, we are not eating broadcast here. Lingnan cabin, I know, I'm waiting for the host to introduce food. The melon seeds recommended last time are really delicious. And almonds, they are simply delicious. Walking alone, yes. I was just about to say it, but you said it. Can I say that the melon seeds in Sahara shop here are sold out? Now there are only almonds left. If there are not so many almonds, it is estimated that they are sold out. Glass window, I'm in Shangjing. There is a Sahara shop next to our house. Can I say that the almonds there are also sold out? Longdan Qiang, almonds are also out of stock. Is it so exaggerated? Our Sahara shop has almonds in stock. After all, the buyers are students and women. Men eat less. However, I heard that we sell more than 10 boxes of almonds a day. Glass window. Yes, it is so exaggerated. Shangjing Third People's Hospital is next to my house. As long as there is wheezing and coughing, people will directly open the almonds of Sahara shop. So almonds are very popular. Beeping Gilan. Haha, it's the same here. We are the affiliated medical school of Peking University and Tsinghua University. As long as there is wheezing and coughing, they will prescribe almonds from Sahara shop. In addition, I heard that those patients with cancer who have no money are also given almonds by the hospital. Many people have really good results after taking almonds. No way. Yes, my uncle has esophageal cancer, and his family takes anti-cancer drugs from ZHU's pharmaceuticals every day. Now he has no money, so the doctor prescribed almonds for him. Don't say it, it's not much worse than the anti-cancer drugs of ZHU's group. Cute angel, don't talk nonsense, your words will cause ZHU's pharmaceutical stocks to plummet. Little panda, that's right, don't talk nonsense. ZHU's pharmaceuticals is one of the pillar industries of ZHU's group, and their anti-cancer drugs are the pillars of their pillars. If you say this, they will be scared to death. Old man walks slowly. Can an authoritative hospital give an answer? My relatives also have cancer, and now my family is penniless. If this really works, even if it is a little bit useful, I will recommend it to my relatives. I'm afraid of being destroyed bit by bit. Sahara, there are only these almonds. Can you leave some for us women? A group of people talked about almonds. Jiang Chen was stunned for a long time. He never thought that there would be a hospital that prescribed his almonds as medicine. And it was a big hospital in Beijing. He knew that his almonds were century-old apricots and they contained all kinds of essences. But could this thing really replace anti-cancer drugs and cough medicines? It seems that the 100 million apricot trees were not planted in vain. When the sandstorm comes next year, I will king the apricots and sell them to Japan, and then process the almonds into medicine. Wouldn't it be easier to sell this way? Thinking of this, Jiang Chen was secretly happy, but apricots were apricots, and his current task was to sell watermelons. Chapter 299, Miserable Childhood. Speaking of selling watermelons, Jiang Chen continued his live broadcast. There are enough almonds this year, so feel free to buy them. In addition, the fruit I will introduce to you today is even more delicious than almonds. Come and have a look with me. Jiang Chen said as he pointed his phone at the endless green melon field. The wind blew the melon leaves, and huge watermelons were revealed. Looking at the round watermelons all over the ground, a group of fans became excited. Hairy boy, wow, is it a watermelon? Not afraid of the dark, it must be a watermelon. Your desert is so magical. Not only can you grow apricots, but you can also grow watermelons. I really want to go and see it. I'm Big Head, broadcaster, open a watermelon, and have a look. Migu boss, just open a watermelon, and have a look. My god, my saliva is falling. A group of people talked about opening watermelons to taste. It happened that Jiang Chen hadn't had time to eat it yet, so he walked to the melon field, and picked a small watermelon to open it. A shiny fruit knife cut the watermelon in half with one knife. Once the watermelon was opened, the watermelon juice instantly flowed all over the ground. Everyone looked at the red sandy watermelon in the camera, and the black seeds on the watermelon, and a group of people became excited. Points are very important. Wow, it's still a sandy watermelon. How come it looks so much like 8424 watermelon? Boss, walk slowly, crystal clear. The watermelon flesh is dotted with small meat particles. Looking at it makes you drool. As everyone was talking, Jiang Chen opened his mouth and took a bite of the watermelon. The watermelon was extremely cool as soon as it entered the mouth, and the watermelon flesh instantly turned into sweet and soft juice. This bite made Jiang Chen feel like he was eating a fairy fruit from heaven. Wow, it's so delicious. Jiang Chen finished eating a small watermelon like a hungry wolf. After eating, he remembered that he was still live streaming. Sorry, the watermelon was so delicious just now. It was so delicious that I forgot to live stream. Beg child, really, I'm hungry just looking at it. He smile. What's the point of you eating this watermelon? Just for us to see. Aren't you anxious for us? From expensive. Can you buy desert watermelons in Sahara shop? Don't leave the balcony. Yes, when will the desert watermelons from Sahara shop be on the market? Jiang Chen saw that everyone started asking, and he knew it was time to advertise. Sahara's shop has them for sale. The watermelons have been on sale since yesterday and are now on the way. It is estimated that the watermelons from Sahara's shops everywhere will be on the shelves tomorrow at noon. A dream in the red dust. How much is a pound of watermelon? Youth that cannot be retained. Yes, what's the price? We know it's very expensive, so we want to ask if ordinary people like us can afford it. Genius like a madman. What can't you afford from Sahara? Youth that cannot be retained. Ordinary people can't afford Sahara's roses, and we ordinary people can't afford Sahara's rose petals either. We can only eat Sahara melon seeds and almonds in front of us. Bloody 9 states. Sahara roses. That's for rich people. We are lucky to be able to eat cheap almonds. Don't worry, the price is absolutely affordable. My watermelons are divided into 2 prices. If you buy them at Sahara's shop, it's 20 yuan per catty. Don't argue. Don't say that other people's watermelons are only 10 yuan. Wait until you taste the watermelon before you criticize me, and then you will accept everyone's criticism on the spot. The strongest little fisherman. Hahaha. It's only 10 yuan more expensive. I thought it was 100 yuan per catty. Xingjians. 20 per catty. Not expensive. You can afford it. I see that your watermelon is only about 10 catties. 200 yuan, a normal person's day's salary. You can try it. But, I must support it. It's just my half-day salary. Bahliang. By the way, what about another price? There is another price, that everyone comes in person. Friends who are close to Yi City and Mojiang, you can drive to the melon shop at the starting point of line 1 to buy it. You buy it for 18 per catty, which is 2 yuan cheaper, just as a travel subsidy. Zhang. That's great. 18 per pound for wholesale. I sell it for 25 per pound. I will go to Yi City to sell it now. Lei Wanzhao. Damn, you profiteer. Zhang. Ahem. What profiteer or not, the Sahara shop in Yi City is also selling it. I'm just pulling these watermelons to promote them to each company. I have to earn some hard-earned money. Okay. Langxiazi. Okay. Zhang. You can go directly to my company to pull 2 trucks later. My company is in the development zone. It is too far to go to Sahara shop, and it is too congested to go to Highway 1. Only your electric tricycle can pass by from the small road. Zhang. Thank you, boss. I will give you a discount later. I will sell it to you at 22 per pound, which is 2 yuan more expensive than Sahara shop for running errands. Langxiazi. Okay. Private message me and give you the address. Fengqingyang. Zhang. You can also send me 2 trucks. I'm in the bonded area. There are too many cars on the road every day, all of which are tourists. We can't delay the scenic spot from making money, right? Ahem. Zhang. Be careful when you pull the watermelons. If you dare to pull fake watermelons, you will be put in jail. Zhang. Don't worry, Anchor. If I do that, I will have no descendants. Dragons incoming. Okay, then pull a car for my company. Fantasy Heroes Memory. I also send watermelons. You can contact me. I also charge the same price. Looking at a group of people who want to send watermelons, Jiang Chen sighed. He couldn't stop this behavior because he had too many watermelons piled up. If these people could help him sell them, it would be a great help to him. By the way, friends who drive to the grassland scenic area, you can also buy them in the grassland scenic area. The price is also 18 per catty. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he took everyone to visit his more than 30,000 mu of watermelon fields. Jiang Chen drove through the watermelon fields and suddenly remembered his childhood. When he was a child, he was greedy and always followed his grandmother to ask her to plant some watermelons for him to eat. At that time, his grandmother would always hold him in her arms with a hunched back, touch his head and shake her head helplessly. Jiang Chen didn't understand what she said, but now he understands. His grandmother is old, and she can only grow some wheat to sell for money to support him. She really has no other choice. Unconsciously, Jiang Chen's eyes were wet. After his grandfather went to the desert, he never came back, leaving his father, uncle, and aunts at home. His short grandmother raised 3 people like this. After the children grew up, she didn't have time to enjoy the good life. His parents resolutely embarked on a journey to conquer the desert for the country. When his parents were alive, the expedition team gave his grandmother money. Later, after his parents were confirmed missing, the expedition team stopped helping them. Without money, his uncle and aunt wanted to sell him. After all, no one wanted to raise a child who had nothing to do with them. At that time, his grandmother resolutely kept him despite their opposition. He still remembers the scene of his grandmother bending over to farm, press water, and wash clothes. "Grandma, my grandson is rich now. It would be great if you could hold on for a few more years. It will be such a good life." Jiang Chen's eyes turned red unconsciously. He stopped the car. At this moment, he just wanted to cry bitterly. Chapter 300. Someone is behind this. Ding ling ling. As night fell, Jiang Chen's cell phone rang. Jiang Chen wiped his tears. It was Guan Ku calling. Jiang Chen was afraid that something had happened to him, so he wiped his tears and answered the phone. After all, no matter how hard life was, life had to go on. Brother Jiang. Brother Jiang, good news. The test results of Sahara Hospital are out. Our almonds really have a strong function of inhibiting the spread of cancer cells. I don't know how the test report was leaked. Now people everywhere are buying them crazily. Should we raise the price now? Jiang Chen's grandmother worked hard all her life and finally got cancer. If ZHU's pharmaceutical could lower the price of the medicine, she wouldn't have to. No, it's still the original price. Okay, I'll announce it now. Guan Ku didn't say much. Running a business requires conscience. For him, being able to sell all the stockpiled almonds is already the best result. After hanging up the phone, Jiang Chen started to pay attention to various news in the scenic area. The sun in early October was getting hotter and hotter. Midsummer began to dominate the entire northwest. There were few arid plants in the northwest, and the temperature was a few degrees higher. Therefore, many families chose to go to the grassland for vacation, and the number of people in the grassland scenic area began to surge. In the first week of October, the number of tourists in the grassland scenic area increased from 7,000 to 10,000. By the weekend, the number had increased to 20,000. With the influx of tourists, scenic spots such as Pingyuan River, Mongolian Yurt Hotel, and Sunset Grassland began to become popular. With the popularity of scenic spots, Sahara watermelons were in short supply. In just 5 days, more than 4 million kilograms of watermelons in the grassland scenic area were sold out, and what surprised Vice President Lau was that when these self-driving tourists left, the trunks of each car were full of watermelons, and some even had watermelons under the co-pilot's feet and the rear window glass. So Vice President Lau had to urgently go to the watermelon garden to transfer more than 1 million kilograms of watermelons to sell. Let's not talk about the hot sale of watermelons in the grassland scenic area. After the Sahara watermelons were transported to Sahara shops in various places by rail and road, many audiences who like to try new things heard that they were watermelons from the Death Desert, and they came to watch the fun. After the staff of Sahara shop cut the watermelon into small pieces for everyone to taste, those who watched the fun took the watermelon home on the spot. Then the news spread from 1 to 2, and from 2 to 4. Soon, the news that Sahara watermelon was so delicious spread all over the streets and alleys, and Sahara watermelon in various places was in short supply. Fortunately, the sandstorm did not start, and the traffic was not interrupted, so trains and trucks carrying watermelons were loaded with watermelons, and transported to all parts of the country every day. After the watermelon problem was solved, Jiang Chen received a call the next morning. The person on the other end of the phone was a stranger. "I'm ZHU Kun, the chairman of ZHU's Pharmaceuticals. I want to discuss the issue of anti-cancer drugs with you." The person on the other end of the phone had a dull voice and spoke in a high-handed voice, even as if he was talking to a subordinate. "I don't produce anti-cancer drugs." Jiang Chen didn't have a good temper when he heard that it was ZHU's Pharmaceuticals. After all, his grandmother died because she couldn't afford ZHU's anti-cancer drugs. "Your apricots have affected our anti-cancer drugs, so I give you a choice. From today on, all Sahara shops will stop selling almonds. Why should I listen to you? Think it over. Is it more important to have a few almonds, or offend the ZHU family? Choose one." After all, in China, who doesn't give face to the ZHU group? The ZHU Group's enterprises involve all aspects of people's lives, so no one wants to be their enemy. I choose to continue selling my apricots. Also, don't call me again. Jiang Chen hung up the phone while talking. You came to beg me, not me begging you. Look how proud you are. Ding ling ling. You want. Beep beep. Jiang Chen hung up the phone again and went back to sleep. He was now waiting for Xinmui Travel Agency to go public. When Xinmui went public and defeated a ray of sunshine, he would have defeated ZHU Chang. When the Kayan Laotian villas were put on sale at the end of the year, he could stabilize the price and defeat the eldest son of the ZHU family. Of course, there was also the man named ZHU Ziyan, who had been defeated by Jiang Chen. After hanging up the phone, Jiang Chen received a text message on his phone. Cooperate with our ZHU's pharmaceuticals, sell the apricots to us, and I'll give you double the price. Jiang Chen didn't reply. Did he care about this little money? Jiang Chen had just laid down on the bed when his phone lit up again. It was another message from ZHU Kun. Or you can name a price. As long as we cooperate, I'll let you earn several times more. Don't send any more. I won't earn more money from patients. Are patients your parents? If you don't fight for their money, whose money will you earn? Idiot. A pharmaceutical company that only wants to push families into desperate situations every day. You are the real devil. Jiang Chen blocked ZHU Kun directly after he finished speaking. Time passed by minute. In the evening, Guanku suddenly called. Guanku was very anxious. Brother Jiang, the apricots in several Sahara shops in Shangjing are all sold out. Many patients are making trouble outside. In addition, our apricots have appeared on the market. One apricot costs 1,000 yuan. What's going on? Jiang Chen frowned when he heard it. This must be someone's trick. I don't know. It's all over Migu News now. Go check it out. After Guanku said that, Jiang Chen opened Migu News. Sure enough, it was full of news about Sahara almonds being able to effectively inhibit cancer cells. Read the news every day. Sahara Hospital and ZIE University have both proved that Sahara almonds can effectively inhibit the spread of cancer cells. Now almonds in Sahara shops across the country have been snapped up, and many places are out of stock. New highlights. Sahara shop almonds are sold out, and Sahara almonds have appeared on the black market. One almond is sold for 1,000 yuan. There are reports that this is because the idle almonds of Sahara shop group are too cheap and the positive supply is cut off, and they are sold to the black market instead. Nandu Daily, patients surrounded several Sahara shops in Shangjing. They demanded that Sahara shops give an explanation. Sahara shops have closed down. Bifang Daily, why did a heroic enterprise praised by everyone change its appearance in the face of interests? Can profits really blind their eyes? Tourism news, affected by the almond world, Sahara's positive image collapsed. Tourists have refunded their tickets to Mojiang Scenic Area, and Xinmui Travel Agency's listing plan may be ruined. Looking at the news, Jiang Chen knew that this must be done by ZHU's pharmaceutical. Okay, play with me, I'll kill you. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen called Guanku, and the call was quickly connected. Brother Jiang, what should we do now? I know who did it. They want to buy out our almonds, and then raise the price on the black market to discredit us. Today I will let them buy enough. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he ordered Guanku and convened a national network meeting of Sahara shop managers. After the meeting, Jiang Chen personally arranged the next tasks. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.